Good evening, America. I would like to inform you all of the Snark Tank podcast. It has three of the realest niggas I have ever known. Chris Ray Cum Maldonado, Thomas I.H.G. Sweeney, and some black sex drive. Discussions include debilitating libtard humor and jokes made at the expense of women and minorities. They can be pretty base sometimes on God. My personal favorite is when Chris takes his shirt off to reveal that sexy Puerto Rican chest. The lack of hairs make me know he's itching to become a beaner bitch's toilet seat. That big motherfucker Sweeney really do got the most brain-dead takes I have ever seen, but man, what I would do get a chunk of his lard ass. Boy, if you don't stretch those cheeks like Nikocado avocado, and I haven't forgotten about Mr. Olympic-level thunder thighs. I want black man to crush my impotent manhood between his phalanges and make me squirm. Listen to the Snark Tank podcast, whenever the fuck they upload, I don't know. Long live the king of haphazard.
Hey, look! It's a...
Adrian.
Hey, Richie.
You
You remember that? So, forgive me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen Rocky or Rocky 2 or Rocky 3 or Rocky 4 or Rocky 5 or Creed 2 or Creed 3.
Jeez, okay.
But
Damn.
Rocky is a boxer, correct?
Yes.
More or less.
Okay.
He's a boxer. He's a
Just
boxer. I would
making
say that.
More or
Yeah,
less.
I'd give him that.
I wanted to make sure I didn't want to look like a fool, you know.
No, Rocky
He's
is
kind of
he's a moose, and his best friend's a Bullwinkle,
kind of-
a fucking gopher.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
yeah.
Do you remember that live action
Yeah.
movie? Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, it
the
was
live action
horrible.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
It was horrible.
All the Rockies are live action. What are you talking about?
No,
No,
Rocky
the-
and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Man, what a stupid.
I don't remember there being. That's wait.
You don't remember the
That
live
very
action
cartoon
movie?
real.
is so old.
It's
I
very
know.
Old.
real.
Why would they modernize that?
It got
I don't
modernized
know.
in
It was-
2001 or some shit.
It was in 2000, and it was
Wait,
it was I'm not even joking.
It was terrible.
they never.
I saw it.
Did they ever make a modernized cartoon? Or did
No,
they jump from like the
they were
fucking
going to. They were-
60s cartoon to the live action?
They were
They jumped
going
from the
that what
to.
60s
happened?
cartoon. It was the 60s cartoon to the live action. That's
It
what
was.
they did, because there wasn't like a 90s like edgy reboot of Rocky and Bullwinkle. You know, there was no that had no
It
chance.
should have been. Where he's like
That would've been
fucking.
terrible.
I don't know.
Horrible.
What, I don't
show.
even remember what they do. Like Rocky,
They were like
they're like
pilots or some
superheroes
shit.
or something.
They're like pilots or some shit.
I think they were like fucking the park ranger up or something. There was like
No,
fucking
that's
with them or something.
that's Yogi Bear.
Oh, that's Yogi. Yogi Bear would be like terrorizing the Yellowstone.
Yogi Bear would be eating
Jellystone
children.
Park. Jellystone Park, and he'd be just tearing them niggas up. I remember now.
Ripping children to
Wait, are they
pieces
the
and
same
being like-
universe? I feel like they're in the
I think
same
they
universe.
are.
Listen
They're all
to
Hanna-Barbera
fucking-
stuff, I feel like.
Guys, listen to this plot synopsis of Rocky and Bullwinkle, the film from 2000. Rocky the Squirrel and Bullwinkle J. Moose live a melancholic life ever since their television series was canceled in 1964. This movie came out in 2000.
I wanted to see it so bad. I
The
wanted to
Rocky
see
and
it
Bullwinkle
so
movie?
bad. Yes, because it was like being advertised on Cartoon Network, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm a child. Television works on me. Grandma, let's go see it." And she was like, "Kingston, I remember that show. It wasn't that good." I was like, "Come on,
He's
Grandma."
like,
Your
Nah.
grandmother remembers that show from her childhood, and she doesn't give a shit. I swear to you, I might not even be exaggerating here. I don't think I've thought about Rocky and Bullwinkle for like 23 years. I think
Yeah, decade.
That's
easy.
fair.
Easy.
That's fair.
it has easily been at least 2 decades since I've even seen there's no memes about it. There's no how the old Spider-Man has the old Spider-Man has all those like old 60s memes and
Of course.
no cultural relevance at all for Rocky and Bullwinkle. The creator of Rocky and
man.
Bullwinkle died, not having contributed really much of anything to our culture.
He was probably beaten to
all.
death for how stupid the cartoon was.
He was
Probably got trampled to death
beaten
by a horny moose.
yeah.
He was
Yeah,
probably he was probably beaten to death for how stupid the show was. That is so fucking outrageous. That is so ridiculous. He was probably
That's not unreasonable at all.
They probably beat and killed him. That's what you just said, Derek.
Like, you know those soft-ass executives that never do anything themselves? Nah, this time, they brought him into a board meeting, and they just wailed on him until he was gone.
Until there was no remains.
Until they were punching him. Someone grabbed the back of his head and was punching him in the face until his fist was hitting his own palm. It was just punching fucking nothing.
They didn't stop kicking and punching him until he was dust. On the ground of their boardroom. And then they left. And then that was the last we'd ever heard of him. That was the last we'd ever heard of him.
No one said a word.
No one said a word. And not even because people were told to be discreet about it. They just genuinely forgot that they had done it. Because that's how little. That's how little it mattered to them.
Jail later on, they'd be like, you're in jail. And you're like, for what? Oh, you killed somebody. I did?
I killed somebody. What do you mean? It's like you're under arrest for the murder of the creator of Rocky and Bullwinkle, and then you're in the car, and you're like, oh, I did.
That one time.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we beat him. We beat him savagely.
Your Honor. Does it really count for anything? I mean,
Your Honor, with all due respect, I completely forgot about this. And so did everybody else. Is it really that big of a deal that this happened? And the judge is like, you're right.
He's like,
I don't know why this guy is receiving so much flame right now. So this poor fucking... He might still be... No, he's not.
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember the themes. I'm trying to remember anything.
You don't remember? It was like
you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself. Trying to remember the Rocky and Bull. Wait. I have memory of all that shit.
Do you actually remember something?
Gone.
Do you remember it?
Do you actually remember?
Kingston?
No, I don't remember. Like, that's how insignificant it is. I don't remember it. You can, Derek, Chris, name shows, and I bet you more often than not I remember the theme song. I don't remember shit from this.
I remember the theme song for things I don't give a fuck about. Like,
exactly.
Right? I didn't really watch them.
I just heard it in passing when I was little.
Anything. Like the Rocky, I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of something. The Rocky.
Rocky. That's what
you know what I do remember? I do remember that Bullwinkle sounded like a complete fucking moron. I do remember that voice. He was like, "Oh, Bullwinkle." I think that's why. Like, fucking.
So okay, guys.
That's what he sounded like. But
right, we get it. Yeah.
Rocky Bullwinkle theme song. I have to hear this because I have no recollection.
What if there's no theme song?
Rocky.
What if there was no theme song? It didn't have anything.
It triggers no memory whatsoever. Like nothing.
Let's see.
Nothing.
Like I'm thinking of all the Hanna-Barbera shit, and I remember like almost all the theme songs for all of that shit.
I
As a matter of fact, for some reason, I was just singing the Flintstones theme song not that long ago. And I wasn't watching the Flintstones.
Meet the Flintstones. Yeah, I remember. See,
like,
everybody...
that's easy.
Yeah, that's
everybody
a culturally impactful show.
And it's like, I appreciate that it's like it really captures the old school too, because they're like, we'll have a gay old time, and I love like hearing
before that meant sucking dick. The thing about Rocky and Bullwinkle, I'm really suspicious of Rocky and Bullwinkle because Rocky and Bullwinkle, right, canceled in 1964. That's when it was canceled. And then the movie comes out in 2000. You know what that tells me? That tells me that they waited for this man, the creator of Rocky and Bullwinkle, to absolutely die before they were like, okay, he's dead. He definitely didn't want anybody doing anything with his fucking show. And then he died, and then they were like, he's dead. Let's make a movie while it's still got some gas in the tank. You know how like when SpongeBob
some gas.
Yeah, it had some gas. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. But like, imagine he survived. Sure. Imagine he survived until like 2020. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have made that movie now.
Guys, did you watch the opening of it a little bit? There's a very JFK's assassination reminiscent moment where like they're in the back of a car, like people waving to them, and like it kind of reminiscent of JFK's murder or assassination. Sorry,
they killed. Yep, yeah, because that was the whole theory. That's why it got canceled, because they thought that they inspired the shooter.
That's a lie, but that's a good lie. That's a good lie. That's a good one.
He died.
So it
starts
many
off, years later.
So are you guys watching the theme song? It starts off with this fucking bald ass dork with glasses and a fucking like some shitty drawn thing, and
it's really
like,
not good. We are spending too much time on Rocky and Bullwinkle, I have to say. Let's
Rocky and Bullwinkle fucking your ass. It's like, it just sounds like some old timey, that mid-Atlantic shit or whatever.
And Rocky and Bullwinkle are here. It's transatlantic.
Transatlantic. Thank you. Yeah, it's like that bullshit. Yeah, I guess we
as opposed to cisatlantic, which is presumably
you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. You open up a can of worms that we don't need to deal with right now, right? Those people, that group's got enough on their plate right now, right? Let's not add anything more to their plate. They're going through a lot right now. Let them be.
I'm not trying. Look, I'm a big supporter of the trans community. I'm just saying.
I am too, but I'm very aware that they're having a very tough go at it right now. You know, they're playing the game on hard mode right now.
They're going to be playing that game on hard mode for a while. Let me tell you.
Ultra nightmare, bro.
That's ultra nightmare.
Black people, so white people have it on. White people have it on normal, right? Hispanics, depending on what side you sit on, it varies. You could be a me, and it could be on pretty hard. It could be a Christian. It could be on moderately difficult.
What do you mean? No. You don't count at all. You don't count at all. Absolutely.
What do you mean?
You're not on any difficulty setting. Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Let me tell you something. Kingston.
I'm really lucky.
What are you about to do in a few months? No, hold on. What are you about to do? What are you about to do in a few months?
What do you mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
What are you about to go to school? Are you about to move into your? Are you about to move into your own home that you don't really have to pay anything for at all?
What do you mean, bro? I got lucky. I got lucky. Exactly. My situation.
Luck is a difficulty modifier.
Hey man, it could have been. It could be way worse for me, man. I got lucky. I stumbled into a decent life. All right.
Right. So you are on normal, Kingston. You're on normal difficulty.
I would say slightly difficult.
Yeah.
Slightly difficult.
You're like maybe.
I mean, if you're gifted
normal,
a place,
you're on normal good, on co-op. Which is easy, by the way.
You're on normal co-op mode.
Anyway.
Look,
by the way,
I got lucky.
It's nice.
By the way, since the last week's been a little bit of a mess, Sweeney wasn't here last time. Sweeney was at Coachella. How did that go? Did you see anybody die? Or is that Burning Man, where people run into the fire and...
Yeah, they kill themselves.
I think you're thinking of the Wicker Man, Chris.
No. I swear to God, there was a time in. Am I making that up, Derek? That like in Burning Man,
somebody definitely sacrificed himself.
Somebody ran into an open flame at Burning Man once because they thought I guess they took the name like super literally.
Travis Scott or whatever didn't perform at Coachella, so everybody was fine, right? Like everything went over smoothly.
Yeah, well,
right?
It was cool. I saw the Gorillas. It was pretty insane.
Yeah.
Saw
Was
Bad Bunny.
like
Bad Bunny was crazy.
Actually, gorillas with instruments?
No, the group, not beasts, not African primates.
Hear me out. Wouldn't that be way better than actually seeing the gorilla?
No, it would not. No,
I would way rather see. I would pay top dollar to go to a concert.
No, you would not.
Are you fucking joking?
Chris,
absolutely.
I think you want to see gorillas.
Hold on. You always think I think. Listen.
I think you think it.
No, hold on. I'm not saying I'd be a fool and I'd be up front. I'd be in a box real high up. But I would absolutely pay top dollar to see a bunch of like silverback gorillas on stage with various instruments being accosted by a crowd of thousands and becoming more and more hostile and irritable with every passing moment.
Could you imagine they start off happy, they start off actually playing instruments, and yet like, oh shit, and then people yelling at them, they slowly get more upset to the point they eventually jump in the crowd and start tossing people away.
That'd be amazing. I think you know what's wild? I bet you could fill an entire Coachella's worth of people who were crazy enough to do that.
Yeah.
I bet that there are that many people crazy enough to like sign up to like, oh, let's go see wild animals perform with no barriers.
Yeah, definitely. People are stupid. People are dumb. People argue the animals should have the right to vote, and it's like, come on, bitch. Swallow cyanide. Eat cyanide pills.
I've never heard that in my life.
I'm sure it's the same people that fuck the animals too. I'm sure.
It's just fucking dum-dums, man. Dumb bubblegums, man.
Yeah. My bearded dragon's anus is warm, and therefore he should vote.
It's like,
why do people fuck? Do you see that squirrel? That image of the squirrel with the condom?
Yes.
I tweeted that shit. That shit. That shit
image
had
ruined
me.
my
No. It had 2 condoms in it, Chris.
That's even worse.
2 condoms in it, Chris.
I didn't notice that. I
didn't look at it for long. I looked at it for long enough to make out what it was generally, and I was like, okay.
I looked at it and I laughed all night, and I had the best night of sleep I've ever had in my life. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
You would. You're a
the thing that you tweeted. The thing you tweeted is like, "Eat my ass" or "I eat ass." That fucking thing.
Oh yeah,
you tweeted that I stole and altered. I want to tweet that so bad, but I can't, dude.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You can. You absolutely can.
I can't. I can't tweet what I edited to.
So before we get too off the rails, as if that hasn't already happened.
Yeah.
There's very little to talk about this week. Nothing actually happened, really. Which means, I'm sure, tomorrow, someone will die. But, for now, all that I can think of that I've seen is Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, both at the same time.
What's going on? I got fired from my job. Curious.
How did this happen? The left is trying to have sex with your dog. Aren't you going to let that happen?
The left is trying to have sex with your dog, which is a problem because so am I.
We can't let that happen, can we?
So it is kind of wild that both of them lost their positions at the same time. That's like a really weird. They had what they really should have done was each of them hire the other one. That would be hilarious. That would be so fun. Like Don Lemon on Fox News and then Tucker Carlson on like MSNBC or CNN, wherever the fuck Don Lemon was. That would be hysterical. But that's not what's going to happen, obviously. Don Lemon's gone, whatever, who cares? Tucker Carlson's probably going to be way better off now, actually. He's probably going to have like a ton of people jumping onto him and like kind of, supporting him.
Yeah. All of his people are finally, they probably feel good because they had that cognitive dissonance of they know the mainstream media is dog shit, yet they still watch it. They were always watching Tucker on Fox, and their brains were being scrambled because they're like, fucking mainstream media. They always say that, the MSM, and then they fucking watch it every day. So now, I saw a motherfucker on a quad with a sign that had to be at least 10 feet tall that said, fuck Fox News, while he's riding it on the sidewalk. Like, these motherfuckers are, God bless them, man.
Really late to the game. Really late to the game. I've been saying fuck Fox News since 2008. But as long as you finally get there for whatever reason, good on you.
Yeah, as long as you show up to help, But, showing up late
it is kind of.
The funny thing is, if he got his job back, like tomorrow, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, actually, Fox pretty good now."
Yeah.
I kind of love Fox.
I kind of.
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
It
at all.
is so true. That is always something that did bother me, where it's like they would be like everyone's in cahoots and the fucking mainstream media is evil, but like they're, what? Do you think you're not watching mainstream media when you watch Fox? I don't understand. Like, what do you think you're watching? Do you think like Fox News is like alternative, like free, like It's very bizarre, but I mean, that's occurring.
Fun. It's fun.
That's a big deal. He's
Something
definitely going to
else
start his own
happened.
show somewhere.
Yeah,
What
he's
else?
got to start his own network and get like what is that? Crowder does like the some type of service where it's like a butt plug, or I forgot what he sells something.
Oh, I don't know. Alpha Brain? I don't know. I know they were doing
Like
that for a while.
it's like it doesn't matter. It'll come to me later. But you buy something, a subscription or something. He sends you some shit, and I imagine Tucker will do the same thing, but it'll probably be like a Klan hoodie or something. It'll probably be something.
I mean,
like
The Negroes are
something
rising
pretty-
against us. We should stop them.
like a sick hoodie, like it's like fleeced and
Yeah,
shit.
it's
but the
you
hood
would-
is just little
Yeah.
pointy. You know, just a little too pointy.
You would look at it and be like, "That's a nice hoodie." Like you would debate getting it, like for sure. Like the material's super nice. It's got like really nice stitching. It like form fits to like your shoulders really like flatteringly. It's like, this is a nice
fits.
hoodie.
Oh my god! Stop,
Yeah.
dude.
Like it, yeah.
It like embodies like Assassin's Creed in some way, but like not in a lame way. You know what I mean? Where it's like, that's a badass fucking hoodie. And then you put the hood on, and it's like, it's only slightly pointy. Like not so much as to be
little
obvious,
bit
but
too
enough
pointy.
to
It's the kind of pointy from the guy from Scary Movie. What was it, 3? When he put it on, he's doing like the whole
Well, that was
freaking
like
8 Mile.
It
was slightly pointy because it was a
pretty
gray hoodie.
exaggerated.
It was a gray hoodie, but it was like
was
pointy.
pretty
It's like, they don't
exaggerated.
usually look like that usually.
It's actually
But
the
something
opposite.
else
Pretty
happened. Something else happened, guys. Something else. So apparently,
What happened?
pictures of Casey Anthony showed up.
Oh, you're
Which had like a
fucking
Brazil.
ridiculous.
She had. So let me clarify this, okay?
Go ahead.
It was images of Casey Anthony at some sort of child store.
A child
And
store.
A store involving children, and she had
that
a
mean?
rather
The Pizzagate store.
no, she wouldn't be there. She'd kill them all. She's anti-Pizzagate, if anything. But
What was it?
Yeah.
she had a rather voluptuous backside in the images of her they showed.
You're
She had a
such
rather
garbage
big ass.
person.
And I was just,
You're-
I don't know. I hate her stuff. She's terrible. But the images showed what the images showed, you know?
I saw it. Yeah, somebody was creeping on her, took pictures of her, and
people were like,
she
hear
does-
me out.
she
And I was
is-
like, yo, this is one of those times, man. We got to chill. It's one of those times that people got to be like, chill. You know what happened in Florida? It all happened in Florida.
What?
Of course it did. That whole case. It's a Florida case.
oh,
Is
was
it?
I mean, that makes sense.
Of course
if
it
it
is.
was in Florida, that makes perfect
Of
sense.
course it's Florida.
I mean, I feel that
You know what's
I
crazy?
think that's pretty par for the course. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about Casey Anthony? It's like I see her and I'm like, I don't recognize it. If Casey Anthony were to walk by me on the street, I would have no clue.
She has
You know what I
such a
mean?
bland
Like
looking
she has a
person.
really, she is a bland looking person.
She looks
she's
a little
bland.
bit like Dexter's sister to me in the show Dexter.
I've never
DD?
finished.
Yeah. She kind of like put them
Wait.
side by side. They
Are
look
you
like they could be
talking about
sisters.
Dexter's Lab?
No, not Dexter.
I was
No,
like, what
I
the
wasn't-
fuck?
I thought you
DD's
said
a
DD.
cartoon?
I said the show, not Dexter's Laboratory.
No.
Okay.
I know now
yeah,
what
yeah.
you mean, but you said that.
Yeah,
the
'cause he
sister from
said DD,
Dexter,
and I was like,
and
yes,
then he said
yes,
DD,
yeah.
you said yes. I was like, excuse me.
I was
Casey
so
Anthony
paralyzed.
DD?
I went in too dry. I went into
Yeah.
because it was so stupid what he said that I'm just like, yeah, like
Derek,
I'm gonna
that's
agree with it.
Derek. That is where my confusion came from as well. I was also like, what do you mean she looks like
Yeah, no.
DD?
No, yeah, the show, the live action Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah. Is that if you actually watch the show, the HBO Dexter or Showtime, whatever it was, if you really pay attention, it is Dexter's Laboratory. It's the same show. I say that because there's probably one asshole on YouTube that has made a video essay about that.
Oh yeah,
and
like
it's probably compelling.
Yeah, the 10-hour like the truth behind the secret philosophy behind Dexter's Laboratory, and it's just 10 hours of some guy autistically taking notes on every second of every episode of the show. I understand that long form content is the thing that people like now. I get that. However, there are some times where I will see a video that is 7 hours long, and I will sincerely sit there and curse the sky. I will curse the sky. Why is this happening? I mean, you know why it's happening. People put it on and then they leave it on in the background, and then people throw a bunch of ads into it, and it's an easy way to make money because no one's really paying attention. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. That's why long form content. It's not because anybody's sitting there watching the whole goddamn thing. That's insane. There are videos that are longer than the entire runtime of the series that they are about. And I'm like,
that's insane.
Oh, absolutely.
It's too much. It's too much. But
there's a small part of me that wants to capitalize on it, but I can't.
I don't have the patience.
The only thing that I've seen is, like, say for example, the Come Town podcast, for example. They said, I don't give a shit. Use all of our content and repurpose it as much as you want. Upload it as much as you want. So there are people who just have 24-hour live streams. They're just always streaming and rehashing it and then just making money. And I'm like, that's kind of genius, actually. It's actually not.
You gotta not respect the people you're giving it to, though. You gotta the degree of just not respect. Where he's like, just here, just look at it. Here, take this.
So Kingston,
it's like, well,
Kingston,
I'm not built like that.
Kingston,
what the PBs want.
Hey, Kingston,
what's up?
Are you gonna do Creator Clash?
Stop. It's a lot.
You said you wanted to do it.
I do want to do it. I do want to do it. I did catch the bug. I'll contact Anissa and Ian talking about it, get my little checkups done. And then Josh Barnett was like, yo, dude, I could make you a killer.
Yeah.
I could make you a killer.
Barnett. That was so off. That was
the fact that he told me that.
I don't think we've talked about that. We have not. Have we talked about this publicly? I don't think we have. Like,
I don't think we did.
Mentioned it on. I mentioned it on stream.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we tweeted. I mentioned it on stream a little bit. But Josh Barnett, there's a lot of people undoubtedly who listen to this podcast who have no fucking clue who this person is.
Right.
Just purely based on demographic, I can't imagine that most of you know who this person is. But he's like a UFC, like an MMA, like a real, like proper, like MMA guy.
Ex-champion.
Like a big deal.
Fucking.
This dude approaches us, me, Derek, Sweeney, and a bunch of our friends at a table on purpose to converse with us and makes really deep cut references to like my old content, talks about how he like watches the show and like knows like how out of pocket Sweeney is and all this shit. And I'm like, how is this? Yeah. How is this happening right now? That would be like if that. And it's funny too because it's like it's completely outside of my world. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know who I didn't know anything about this person before he sat down, and then it had to be explained to me how insane this interaction was. Because that would be like that would be like if fucking I don't even know like, if I don't know Derek Jeter sat down or something like equivalent where I'm like, why the fuck? Why? Except I know who Derek Jeter is because I'm Hispanic and from New York. So like there's no chance that I didn't know who that person is. But I don't know. That was a wild. If Josh Barnett trains you, that would be hysterical. That would be a hysterical.
You know what's funny? The day before was when I first spotted him for what on Friday, whatever the mixer or whatever it was.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. Where you saw somebody.
Yeah, he was sitting right next to, or he was standing right. It was right before the press conference, the weigh-ins. It was right before the weigh-ins, the ceremonial weigh-ins. And I was like, holy shit, that's Josh Barnett. And I saw he was right next to Johnny Morrison. I completely forgot that Johnny Morrison, or Hannigan, or whatever he goes by, was fighting.
Johnny Mercury?
Morrison. Mercury?
Mercury's one of his stage names.
That sounds like somebody.
Mercury's one of his stage names.
Well, Morrison. I don't remember when the fuck he was Mercury. I just know he was Morrison in WWE a long time ago. Johnny Mundo, Johnny Nitro, whatever you can think of. But I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I was just saying to Josh, I was like, hey, man, big fan, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And we're just chopping up a little bit. And then he just straight up just like, first he was like complimenting my thighs. And then we were talking about like him and John Morrison. And he was saying, oh, I'm jealous because even though he's roided out of his mind, he says, this is what these fucking people with body dysmorphia, they're so jacked on top and they're mad that their legs aren't as big as their fucking torso. So he was just saying about that. And I'm like, bro, he is a walking steroid. And he's like, oh, I wish my legs were bigger. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, then Josh is like, oh, yeah, you're Derek, right? Blah, 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 some black guy. And I'm just like, that's when I was like, this is the weirdest thing that this guy just knows. And then he starts asking me about my music. Oh, yeah, like, so how's your music going and all this shit? I'm like, how the fuck does this guy... This guy is a lot older than us. He's his life is fighting,
he's a proper adult man. Like a proper one.
That is a grown-ass man.
Yeah. I know we are all grown ass men as well, but there's like a different. It's different.
No. We are adults now. We can't abide by anything other than we're adults. But there are grown men as well.
Yeah, we are not. Let me put it this way: we are adults. We are not grown men.
Exactly.
We are not grown men at all. But that was
a very good point.
That was such a jarring. Like I couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah.
But that would be an insane. Like if that's real, if you do decide to do it, and that is the decision that you make, that'd be pretty cool.
You should. You should. I found out something interesting, man. So I thought that I needed to get surgery on my wrist. Apparently, my ligament it wasn't fully ruptured, so it healed on its own apparently. And that blew my fucking mind because it still hurts like when I tore it. I guess it's just so weak that it hurts like a lot. Because that was one of my main reasons why I was like, oh, I need to get this taken care of before I even think about boxing. And so that's one thing down. The only other thing is, and I talked about this on the last episode, Sweeney, that I am so heavy, but I don't look like I'm this heavy. It's just... I would have to fight I would have to fight an opponent that's essentially your height for it to make sense. Because everyone that's like as heavy as me, they're all heavyweights. Because I'm fucking 220.
Yeah, you're heavy. Really?
Now,
I said, yes.
You're 220?
That's to say, people look at me and they're like, how the fuck are you 220? Because I have oak trees for legs. That's like all of my weight. And so it doesn't look assumingly like when you see it, I don't look like I'm 200, almost 230
You look
pounds.
maybe you look maybe 140, 145.
I would give you on a stretch like 180. I would give you on a very stretch like you look like you're 180. Like if you trim down, you can get to like 160.
But that's 180. That's 180 max though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 180.
I want to, bro. I will show you a picture when I'm almost 170 pounds. When I was 16, and you'll freak out because I'll look like a mummy. I look like I was completely just. Yeah, I look smaller than you, Chris, but I'm 170 pounds. And it's just like my thighs are too big, and it just fucks up. So the mismatch, it'll be weird. Now the thing is, also in combat sports, it's uncommon, but at the same time, like there's a guy named Chris Barnett that's in the UFC right now. He's 5'9", and he's like the limit, 265 pounds. So he's a ball. He's just a huge guy, but he fights people that are infinitely taller than him because he's so heavy, he has to fight in the heavyweight. That dumbass motherfucker should obviously lose weight and fight at a way smaller because he's 5'9". But some people do it. But I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to fight some fucking colossus. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta lose a lot of weight.
The thing for me is like I'm like 350 something, bro. Like I could, like if I really like got into shape, I could get to like maybe like 270, like 270. Like if I really like ship up. But whoever I fight has to be in my weight class, and my weight class is where motherfuckers get hurt bad. That is the heavy, like super heavyweight is where niggas get hit and they end up different. That is like the weight class I'm at. That's why I'm like,
that is true. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I want to do this, but like, the thing is that I know I'm very fast for my size. Like I know I'm able to move pretty quickly for my size.
The thing is,
but I just don't know. Like I don't know who they get to fight. Who the fuck would I fight? I'm not fighting Hennigan. Get that nigga out of my face. I'm not fighting that thing.
The thing to me is like maybe if you man,
because I would have to trim down a lot, right? And over a year of like really intense
you'd have
cardio,
to trim down. Yeah,
you start now.
How much do you weigh?
You can do it, man.
Like 350,
what are you at right now?
5, maybe 360.
You're 360 right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm huge. I'm gigantic.
Man,
like I think you do it though. Like if I start training, I could definitely do it. I don't know, man. Like I would get in such good shape. That's the thing, right? Like the exercise and the shape I get
that's
into.
what's look, man. You know what
that
you
would
can
be
do?
the thing. That's what I want to do it for, really.
You do that, and then if you still fit, you just
bitch out.
I was gonna say
bitch
you
out.
just fuck them over, pull out the last second.
That's it. That's it. Take the fall. like walk into the ring, get hit once. Boom. Crazy night. Just celebrate like fucking crazy at the Clash 3. Like, yeah, I fucking got it there.
Yeah. Take the fall and then get on the fucking ropes like you fucking won. Just be like, yeah, fuck yeah, and do the thing, you know when they go with their fucking like you just fucking
everybody
do the belt.
Don't they do the DX?
It's so damn
Oh
dumb.
my god, that'd be so fucking funny.
Ignorant as shit.
What would be Sween, what would be your walkout, man? What would be your walkout if you did it?
It'd have to be some New York hip hop shit. It'd have to be some like real New York hip hop shit. Like
yep.
Like Juicy probably.
Like just robbing shit.
Nah, like some dope. Like Juicy.
That'd be
dope. Walk out Juicy by Biggie. That'd be fire. That'd
be great. Everybody would love that. It's
or like some real ignorant patois music, dog. Like some super Caribbean shit that maybe only Jalen understands what they're saying. Like the only like most Caribbean. I think I know what that guy's talking about. Yeah, but it'd be a good time, man. I have to get my back checked, bro. We'll see how because I just who would I fight? Who would I fight?
That would be decided. That would be decided when you'd have to slim down a lot. You'd have to lose straight up like 100 pounds.
What would be your 100 pounds, right? Like, because you would fight if you fight like at 250 pounds, I think that's fair, and then they can find you somebody in heavyweight, no problem around that. So the target would be like 100 pounds to lose.
Yeah,
and if you started now, you could do it at a way to where you don't just have
not unhealthy.
A shitload of
yeah. Exactly. I'm not dying. I'm not like purging myself.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't have to like. But the thing, because my cousin, so the thing is this also another fuck thing. I have fighting experience as well, which is also fucked because I haven't fought in years, dude. The last time I was like sparring was I was like 17 years old, like doing MMA shit. Like that was a long fucking time ago. But I'd have to also say, like, I can't lie, like I have no fighting experience at all. And then
it's the equivalent of not having experience.
I guess, but then again, I'm like, yeah, I'll get somebody that had never had experience, and then some fucking giant ninja walks into the thing, and I have to fight.
Well, look,
Thor.
Let's. I thought this was interesting because your opponent, Chris William Hayes or whatever, because he was saying like at least the trainer or whomever the cut guy, I forgot who it was. There was that Asian gentleman.
Michael Quick.
Because after. Yeah, he was saying, what did you say?
His name is Michael Quick.
Michael Quick. So he was saying that Haynes only had 3 weeks of training and he's never boxed before. That he was saying that in the ring, that you guys like after he won and stuff, he was kind of like flexing, kind of saying like he was really happy or whatever. But one thing I remember specifically when I was aware of who you were fighting, I went and looked him up, and there was like footage of him training.
Yeah, of
like
course.
this was not
you don't
for
accept,
the
you
fight.
You don't accept a boxing match with 3 weeks left to go if you have no training. That's insane.
Right.
You know
So,
what I mean?
but the idea
you have
of
no
him,
prior
and
experience.
This felt kind of like a built-in, like a safe thing. If you happen to have beat him, to say that he had not trained prior, I'm like, but he has. Why would you say that? I thought that was really. I thought that was really bizarre. I'm just saying it's bizarre to say if it's not fucking true. It's like, what is the reason for doing it? To either make you look better, like, oh, I just picked this up out of nowhere, or a fail-safe to be like, man, if you would have fucking mollywopped the shit out of it and broke his jaw like it was just hanging backwards, you'd be like, hey, nigga only been doing it for 3 weeks, man. What'd you expect? Which would have been.
Yeah, it is.
I actually watched your fight. I don't know if you watched it back. Have you watched your fight back?
A little bit, yeah.
Where did you?
I watched it, and
right?
like
You watched it with
from
us.
the angles. Huh?
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it with you guys.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch it with you guys.
Okay.
I gotta say, man, because from the angle where I was, obviously you can only see one angle. You're only sitting in one fucking spot. But looking at it with the cameras, like, you did so much better than I thought, because it was hard to see. But like, you hit him quite a bit that I couldn't really see how flush some of your shots were. It was actually kind of nice watching it back.
Yeah, it was nice to watch it back. The thing that bothered me was that my stances is too wide. Like, that was like watching. I was like, my feet are too far apart. I was like, that bothered me because I worked like really hard on footwork.
Yeah,
but the thing that's really weird about it, and this is probably obvious in retrospect, but I didn't think about it at all. I had been training in a gym and in a ring, like a very specific ring. And the ring that they had set up in the arena felt very different than the rings that I had trained in. The rings that I was training in were very bouncy. Like, it was almost like kind of like a wrestling. I imagine it was a wrestling ring.
Oh, like wrestling.
I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So like, there's like the whole thing is like one solid surface, but there's like some give to it. The ring that we fought in Creator Clash was like concrete boxes. It felt like, and it felt like there were like, and I'm not saying it like it felt cheap. Like, I don't know how they're supposed to feel. All I know is that I remember once I got in there, I was like, this feels wildly different than what I anticipated it feeling like. And I don't know. It's weird. It's an interesting, we already talked about it last episode, but it's an awesome fucking thing. And especially for fitness, you could benefit a lot from it. If you just started training, even if Kingston, if you just started training as if you were going to do it, just so they could, you know what I mean? Just so they could be like, oh yeah, he might, because it's a pretty difficult matchup currently. Yeah. They'd have to find like a fucking sumo, or like you know what I mean?
That'd be so awesome.
Although that would be pretty sick too.
A sumo
like
match,
just one random. You could wear like the one diaper.
Yes,
that'd be cool as fuck. That'd be cool as shit. That'd be cool as shit. I do it and then I take pictures with the diaper on. I'm just outside like.
That'd be so fucking awesome. I love that sumo. I love there's you know how people are nowadays. I was watching this guy Yuri Prohashka. He was doing some of that sumo traditional shit, and just all the comments were just dudes saying like how sus it was. just because like in any other setting you just like, oh, those are sumo wrestlers, but like nowadays like, oh, that shit's sus. Like what are you doing, bro? Like, it's just butt cheeks are exposed, so it's immediately gay. And I was just laughing so much that like 10 years ago.
I watched sumo wrestling a few times, but the ones that weren't watching, they weren't like super fat. They were just jacked as shit. It was like they had chub on them, but they were mostly just walls. Just like pushing each other so hard you could hear it. And I'm like, yo, whoa, man, they're going to hurt each other. And when they fly out the fucking ring, and I'm like, yo, I would not do that, man.
What even like I don't think I've ever sat through. I don't think I've ever seen a sumo wrestling match ever. Like, not
pretty crazy.
Not a real one. I've only seen them in like cartoons or like movies or like some like, I don't know, I understand the concept of them, but are they punching it? Like, what are they doing?
No, it's just there's the shoving parts, but it's more of just like I'm going to just thrust my weight into you. It's extremely ritualistic, extremely respectable.
It's just trying to get the person out of the ring, right? That's
yeah, and there's a threshold. Yeah, so you kind of ring them out. And the thing is, there really isn't weight classes. And that's what's really fucked, because there are some motherfuckers that it's ridiculous, just the size differences. But I mean, fuck it,
I should try it. I should try sumo wrestling. I want to go up. I want to sumo wrestle somebody who's 420. That's their weight. I'm at 130. Hold on. Let me weigh myself. I wonder how much I've lost. Hold on. I'll be right back.
How much you dropped?
3 seconds.
This nigga's like 115 now.
He's like, yo, I'm 87 pounds. He goes like, I'm 83 pounds. He's like, yo, what? You're sick.
Dude,
he takes his shit up and it looks crazy. It looks crazy.
He looks like the machinist. Crazy. He looks like what's that fucking guy in the machinist?
It looks like Stimpy.
Stimpy.
Christian Bale, right? In the machinist.
Yeah, Christian Bale. There you
go. 131, 132.
Okay, so lost a few pounds already.
So I've lost about 7 pounds, which is nice.
Oh, like that Will Smith movie when he like
7 pounds.
He rips out all his guts. Do you remember? He rips out all his guts and donates them to people on the fly.
He takes his tummy out and gives it to somebody.
What are you talking about?
You never seen 7 pounds?
Guy and he's like, here you go, and he digs in his stomach, takes out all his viscera, and puts it in someone's hand, and he's like, have a good night, and he walks off, and the person just slurps it up.
That's first of all, that's a disgusting sound. Second of all, I can't tell if you're fucking with me because
you never saw 7 pounds of Will Smith and the Hispanic lady. I forgot her name. She's really pretty though. Is it Eva Mendes?
Yeah, Gloria Estefan?
No, it was Jennifer Lopez. It was him and Jennifer Lopez.
It was Selena and Will Smith. And then he was like, "Hey, Selena, would you like 7 pounds of my torso, man?"
He's just eating up all the fucking viscera, just sucking it up, drinking it, and licking it up, belching out.
Hot, man. That's hot, man. Would you like
dame tu panza? And he's like, here's my panza. And he's like, gracias.
Ben Thomas sending a text message while driving caused a car crash in which 7 people died. 6. You guys are fucking assholes. I was expecting some weird sci-fi shit.
He donates his ass to like.
He donates his asshole to prison people, the prisoners. He donates his raw butthole to prisoners.
Ass cheek.
Can you imagine if you go to prison, you start renting your ass?
I mean, I think that's a 100% thing that happens.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. What am I saying? Yeah, I guess I don't think about jail. I don't think about jail too much on account of I'm white.
I mean, if you're going to, you're white passing. That's true.
Yeah, I'm white passing. I've never had to think about it at all. All I needed to do was make sure I was running faster than the slowest, slightly darker person.
That's it, dude.
You know,
never let them find out your name. That's it. Never give them your name.
Yeah. I would always say my name is my name is Jim Ryan.
Or
That's
Smith.
my name.
Give him Smith.
That's
my name. Chris Smith.
No, my name is Jim Ryan Smith. That's what I tell to every police officer, and they're like, "Well, by God, son, go home, head on home."
My God, kid, what are you doing around with all these people?
Did you guys?
My name is Marcus Phoenix.
Did you guys happen to see, by the way, the the live action Flounder?
I saw you tweeted it. I didn't look at it too hard, but I just like this looks.
Dude,
stupid.
I think the bird looks worse, man.
There's a bird? I didn't see the bird.
Yeah, the fucking the seagull. There's a seagull, and then
there's a seagull in the Little Mermaid.
There's a pelican.
Yeah.
I'll be real. I haven't seen the Little Mermaid since the 90s. Actually,
you're probably right. It's probably
so. I don't.
I thought it was. You're probably right. I don't even know. A white bird. There's a fucking white bird.
If I'm being very honest, entirely honest, 100% honest, Little Mermaid is my least favorite Disney movie. I've never given a fuck about it. I never will give a fuck about it.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're a fucking man. You're a boy when it came out too.
Exactly.
That shit was not for us at
all. Even still, it wasn't like
fuck about the Little Mermaid.
It didn't even have It didn't even have a cool guy character. We were kind of like. It didn't even have like Beast.
No,
or
Eric's
like
a fucking pussy.
Huh? Or was it? What's the name? Beast. What's the name of the Asian guy?
Oh, Prince Eric. You know what's interesting? I only learned this recently. The guy who voices Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid. Guess who it is?
Who?
Oh, somebody of. I don't know.
It's somebody. It's somebody of great. It's somebody of great importance to us specifically.
Clancy Brown.
No,
Keith David. Holy shit.
Keith. No,
it better not be Keith David.
It's Christopher Daniel Barnes. It's the voice of Spider-Man from the '90s animated series.
That is very cool.
He voices Prince Eric.
That's very cool.
That's the only the only reason I care about the Little Mermaid even slightly. Though.
I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
I'll kill you, Ursula. I'll kill you, Ursula.
To the ocean. Dude, I'm looking through, like, I don't know, Sebastian looks like it's just they're real animals.
You stopped yourself quick.
Boring.
You were like, Sebastian's like they're just animals.
He's like a real Caribbean real crab.
No, it's just the character designers were just boring. Like the character designers were literally just like, what does Google say?
Yeah.
Google what does a flounder look like? Oh, okay. We'll do that.
It would have been better if it was just like a cooked piece of fish.
Yeah, just like just a piece of tilapia, just with
seasons floating around. Yeah.
That is crazy.
I haven't had tilapia in a while.
I had it. We bought a big bag of tilapia a couple weeks ago. It was pretty.
Tilapia
good.
is the only fish that I think I like as cooked fish. Yeah. I'm not big on salmon. I'm not big on, like, I don't know. I had swordfish once, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Swordfish is pretty good.
It's
halibut's
fine.
Great.
Halibut's good. The thing about I don't know. Most fish that I like, I'll eat raw for sushi. Like, and I like it in that context. But the second I heat it up, I'm like, I don't know, not into it.
I am so the opposite. It's like, to me, sushi is just like, it's just the antithesis of being human to me.
You don't like sushi?
I am a human that knows how to use fire. Why the fuck wouldn't I use it?
That is crazy.
Almost everything tastes better with fire.
You don't like sushi?
Why would when I can cook a fish and make it taste better? Why the fuck would I?
It doesn't.
Why?
Though that's why
it totally does.
No, but this is exactly why.
So why don't you eat tartare as a burger? Then why don't you eat a tartare?
I don't.
Need some.
Listen, here's the thing.
Why? But why though?
What do you mean? I've just never had it. I've always just decided to have.
Well, my whole point is, why don't you just eat a raw ass fucking burger? You can eat it; it won't kill you.
No, but that's what I'm saying. A raw burger to me tastes worse than a cooked burger, but I've had cooked fish that tastes infinitely worse than sushi, and that's why I don't understand.
Absolutely insane.
That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like fish generally. Is because, like, if I'm going to have meat, chances are I'm going to want to cook it. Right? That's generally the rule. But if I cook this meat, it gets worse. Fuck that.
I completely disagree.
That's fine. I'm astonished that you don't like sushi.
I mean, it's totally fine. Your assessment is fine of how you feel. I just imagine that, like, it's putting it up to the animal test. The primitive animal test.
No.
Put the raw food versus the cooked food. They're going to go for the cooked food every single time.
The animals?
Every single time. Yes.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised
An animal
by that,
is going to... Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with you preferring your food that way, but that is not the normal. That is all I'm saying.
The way that I feel... The
thing is, like, sushi's prepared in a way that people that don't like fish can enjoy it. That is just how it is. That's the point of sushi in general. Like, people that don't normally like fish can enjoy sushi. That's how it works.
I was kind of going to go into that.
Personally, I don't eat anything that comes out the water. Like, period. I haven't eaten fish genuinely in like 24 years. I don't eat fish at all, right? Okay. I've had sushi never in my life either because I just don't like fish. So I'm like, why am I gonna like this uncooked version of fish?
So crazy.
I've smelled my grandma can cook some porgy and red snapper at to the point where it smells amazing. But it smells good, but I know it's fish and I don't want to eat it.
So you just have a problem with fish.
Yeah. Now
it's not particular.
It was the idea of like, I had bone one time. Obviously I ate fish, the bones were all taken out when I was a little kid. Because when you get Chris probably does the same thing. When they cook you fish, right? They fry fish for you. They give it to you. It's just a big thing of fish on your plate, and you have to eat through parts. You know, there's little bits of bones in there, stuff like that too. But you're taught how to do that. One time, I got scratched really bad in my throat, and I had to like hack up a bone. This is that moment I haven't eaten fish, and then it's gotten to the point now where it's just like I haven't eaten fish so long that might as well just not eat fish. So it's been like over 2 decades. I just don't eat it.
I get it. I mean, I get it. I just feel like it's kind of like sushi. There's maybe with most sushi, there isn't enough fish in there for you to even like. It's just like it's like lightly seasoned, and you're essentially eating seaweed and rice. With a little bit of shit in it.
That's so crazy.
It is pretty much seaweed and rice. He's right.
I mean, it's not crazy.
Not what that is at all.
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? That's it. That's what
you're thinking of.
What did I say that's wrong?
Chris, it's mostly rice. Most of the rolls.
Most of the rolls.
Sorry, you're right. Most of the rolls.
So are you thinking of sashimi and not like sushi?
No. So here's the thing. There are sushi rolls.
There's a difference.
There's a sushi roll, which is like which is like the general kind of like American, like everybody kind of okay. Sushi is seaweed wrapped rice with like a cucumber and like imitation crab and like a little bit of fish in there. Other that's like the general idea of sushi. And I don't like that sushi honestly, but that's more about the cucumber and all I hate imitation crab. Not a big fan of cucumber. Seaweed's fine, but like I don't need it. So to me, the way that I eat sushi is it's the ball of rice with the sashimi on it. That's my ideal sushi, with like obviously like sauces and various like fucking things around it. But that's how I eat sushi, or like just straight up like piles of sashimi. Like I love that shit.
Yeah, see, to me that's the thing that's the part that's insanity to me because it's like, yeah, let me have this not cooked meat when I could cook it and it tastes better. I don't. That's the thing.
See, that's the thing.
I know you're saying to you. I know to you. You say.
Yeah, to me it tastes
but
worse.
I'm saying
and to me it's creepy. It's creepy. It's weird to me that it's the only meat that tastes worse to me. Like it's every other meat. Every other meat, like why you can't eat raw chicken. You'll fucking die probably. Raw beef is like a little bit more. It's more acceptable. It's actually like one of the more weird ones.
You can totally eat raw beef. It's just why.
Yeah.
I just feel like with anything.
Yeah, I would prefer. Most meat, I would prefer to cook it because, like, the raw version of it is either really unappealing or really reprehensible. Whereas fish, to me, I'll have like somebody will cook me a salmon, and I'll be eating this hot meat, right? And I'll be thinking, "Fuck, man, I wish this was chicken. Fuck, man, I wish this was duck." Because it's just like it's the worst kind of meat to have in that way. But it's the only type of meat that you can have raw
that way at all,
and it's delicious.
I don't agree.
I mean, that's fair. Whatever.
I eat raw. It's not like it's not gross. It's just it's even like like cold cuts. So I'm like, oh, I enjoy a sandwich every once in a while, but I usually like I'll get like smoked turkey. I'll buy these smoked turkey cold cuts, and then I'll go and fucking put that shit on on the skillet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Tastes better warm.
That's interesting. See, I'm a cold sandwich person.
I agree. Sandwiches.
I mean, I'll fuck up a cold sandwich all day. But
toasted sandwich bread, bro.
Toasted sandwiches.
But I am specifically a cold sandwich person to the point where like I rarely, if ever, have a hot sandwich. If I have a hot sandwich, it's a burger. Like that's how I feel about it.
You're missing out, bro. The melted cheese and the toasted bread with the mayo on top. You're missing out, man.
I think there's nothing better than a toasted piece of like bread. Holy shit!
I do like toasted like BLTs and stuff, like things, or like a grilled cheese. A solid grilled cheese is like really like that's like a really child ass meal.
Dumb.
That's a real child ass meal.
How stupid are humans?
What?
Yeah. I'm just the conversation that we're having of how picky we are, which it's so fucking stupid.
You know, it's because you know why? It's because it's because we fucking can be because we don't. We're not in the fucking jungles.
There's some hungry ass motherfuckers listening.
Fuck all you jungle dwelling, fucking tree climbing, fucking river dwelling motherfuckers,
Let's
right?
Chill.
Fuck
relax.
You guys,
Let's relax.
you uncivilized bastards.
Oh my god, that's not what I was saying at all.
You fucking,
there's like some nigga right now,
tree climbers.
I was just saying, like Sudan's going through some going through some crazy like civil war shit.
Fuck those niggas. Right now. Fuck those niggas.
Such an asshole.
There is one of them right now is tuned in to Snark Tank. You know, while he's hiding in a fucking house that's
I hope they find him. I hope they find you, nigga. Fuck you.
Can you imagine somebody is in? Can you imagine somebody is in an Anne Frank-esque scenario where they're hiding from like dangerous warlords, but they're just so happen to be listening to our podcast, and then their headphones disconnect, and then we're just blaring out from this bush, and then they're gone now.
I would love. Can someone please make a Snark Tank edit where Anne Frank is listening to us and then she gets found?
Don't do that.
That would be so funny. Come on, dude. That's
no.
That's
it
hilarious.
would be funny, but listen. You know why? Because you know the people who have ruined jokes like that are
who?
The people who. Yeah, those people. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, look, man, a good Anne Frank joke, that hits. I love that shit. But I can't do it anymore. Because now, somebody's going to be like, lol, that's a good joke. Also, for real, though, I think that was a bad person, and I'm glad she's gone. And then, those are the people... It's ruined everything.
I tweeted a few days ago, right? Like, there was a few days ago I was on Twitter, right? And there was some fucking maniac, like, going credit for Hitler. And I was like, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. You can't tell who's joking. See, a while ago, it was really safe because everybody understood that everybody was fucking around. Because everybody that I knew, everybody that I associated with, understood, yeah, this guy's crazy. Or this is crazy shit. Isn't it funny to laugh at? But now it's like it's not so obvious anymore, and that sucks because I love that shit. It brings me so much joy. The amount of material that Sweeney and I have come up with just purely surrounding the N-word is hysterical, and you'll never hear it. You'll never see
funny. It's so we have one joke that is so funny. Like, it's so funny that if we made the joke, I know Comedy Central will contact us. Like, movies would contact us and be like...
Dr. Movies himself will contact...
They'd be like, look, guys...
Hello, this is Mr. Movies. We heard your joke. We've got to have it.
They'd be like, look, guys, you guys want a job in the writing room? Like shit like that. That's so funny.
We've laughed pretty hard on this podcast many times. We have still not laughed even remotely as hard as we laugh in private.
Derek, you've been there. You've seen us all together in the house making wild ass jokes.
And it's fun. Yeah. It's fun, but unfortunately,
it's good.
Unfortunately, you've ruined it. You've ruined it. I had some guy like in my mentions recently, like, man, I used to like what is it? I was a big fan of Ray Gunn. It's a shame he's in SJW now, and I retweeted him. I was like, "Kill yourself, retard," with like a little heart next to it, because I was just like, "What are you talking? Like, what is this?" I just don't like idiots, and I never have. I had no problem telling you to kill yourself.
So I was gonna say something, right? I saw that, right? And I was gonna say something, right? Because there's a little stupid-ass pinned video. I was going to say something, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth attacking this man. Like,
I like it.
That video... was really funny to me because I was watching. I tried to watch it on stream, but it kept buffering. But I watched a little bit of it, and the whole thing is like, Chris was like a very talented and funny and creative guy. Like he's pretty cool. What happened since then? Oh, his channel's not doing well. It's like, oh, that's it? Of course not. I haven't been posting.
Oh, I know.
At all.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The iHypocrite video, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I guess the myriad of podcasts that we do don't count.
No, but I like these people. Go ahead.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not actually fans or listeners or viewers. They have no fucking clue. You think I've just been sitting doing nothing?
They have you figured out without ever talking to you or anything.
Yeah.
Remotely, like, oh yeah, he's not doing what, like you said, I don't post on there. The same, like, you have 2 successful podcasts, and you stream, and he's like,
I spent 9 months figured out, and I spent 9 months fucking boxing, so I apologize. Don't worry, there'll be more stuff. Especially now, I got like a bunch of stuff written, but like it's just so weird. I don't know. It's a weird environment.
That was the same thing. You did another one. You shared because I've been getting a couple of these too. it was
the
being
DMs
accused of being a grifter or something.
Yeah.
Or you're sold out. You sold out because you're not bald. Like just say what it is, because I don't want to paraphrase it.
Yeah, so the message that I got, and I get these occasionally, like not super often, but like I have like a handful, and it was. Let me see if I could find it.
It's hilarious. It's funny.
It's really fun. Like it cracked me up because I couldn't. And by the way, like when I post these DMs, I always make sure to see if the person's serious. I went to their account. It's years of, retweeting the exact people that you assume they retweet. It's real. It's real. This is a genuine opinion that they have. And I got a DM from this lapsed right-wing fan or whatever. And he says, "Why you cuck out and abandon your audience? You sold out hard when you could have made bank staying based. Hope it was worth it." Which is like amazing to me.
I love it.
Because to write that, you have to not know the language that you're speaking. You could have made bank, but you didn't, so you sold out? What? I was sitting there reading it, and I was like, I can't believe I got a DM this. Because usually, like, I'll get a DM like that, and it's like really stupid, but it's really long-winded. You know what I mean? It's like this long like paragraph, and it's like so to see something so stupid and so concise made me. I was grinning like a freak when I got that DM, because I was like, oh my god, what an amazing example of just how dumb people actually
inspiring idiot.
I couldn't believe it.
What a fantastic moron.
I have to tell I had to tell JoJo, like, yes, you got to stop, because she would usually try to talk to me about some of the absolute just sewage that was in my comment sections.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, bro, like,
I told Lily the same thing, dude. Like someone like insulted Lily, and I was like, dude, this girl you're making fun of, I'm sure makes more than your mom and dad put together. Like, just go on about your life and just don't worry about her. She's really okay. Like, don't, like, I told her, like, honey, don't engage. Don't engage. It's not worth,
sure,
like,
you definitely can't.
You just
every once in a while, I'll be honest though, my eye will just kind of peek over the fence a little bit.
No. It's fun. It's fun poking them. It's fun. It's fun poking them. It's fun making them mad and seeing them overreact. But you can't engage too much, because what happens is that all they want is for you to engage. That's all they want. That's all they want from you.
Well,
so you just can't.
Some of these people seem like they're trying to save my soul or something.
Yeah.
It's
religious, is what it is.
Yeah,
I gotta get Derek back from the.
Weird.
I gotta get Derek back from the left. I gotta do it, Mom.
I gotta get this guy to grift hard. Like they want it. That's the thing.
You know
that's
what it
so
is?
crazy. They want it.
You know what it is? They miss you. They miss us, because like I knew from the second that video started, where it's like Chris Ray-Gun was like really, really talented and really, really funny. I was like, oh yeah, I still am. Don't worry. But
you're sucking me.
But you're upset because I'm not on your roster anymore, or you've like taken me off your roster, and you're like, man, I wish I had somebody that talented and funny on my roster. I wish we could just get this guy back. And it's like, bro, I'm where I was. I'm exactly where I was. I feel so. It's actually like astounding how little like my worldview has shifted at all, if any. Like maybe like slightly on some issues, but not really. I don't think I would disagree all that much at all with like 2016 me, and vice versa. To be quite frank,
I've gotten wildly conservative. So I don't know about you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. The shit I be thinking sometimes is scary, bro. I'm just like, dang, bro, I should really talk to somebody about this.
Move to Florida or Texas or some shit. You're like, damn, man, I can't wait.
I was in Florida and I was like, I belong here. When you're in Tampa,
you were so happy.
I belong here. Using all sorts of slurs, talking about the they thems all crazy. It felt good. It felt good.
I agree with you though, Chris. Though, about the not you remaining relatively the same because I've reflected on my old content. I've actually even combed through some of the stuff. Some of the things that I thought were dumb or some of the takes that I had that people were misusing, I took them down because that's one thing that I did notice, that there was a lot of people that they liked me saying certain things, but they didn't necessarily agree with me. They just liked that I was criticizing people that they don't like, but they didn't like them for. They didn't like them because they were simply existed.
They would never want that. They would never want that mirror turned towards them, and that's kind of
exactly when that happened. When I started shifting my focus on, because the whole thing when people. I also saw T.J. Kirk, the Amazing Atheist, something very similar. He said something very similar. He said, I'm doing the exact same shit that I've always been doing. In the whole anti-SJW sphere or whatever, he was shitting on people who were very uppity, who were trying to clamp down on stuff. They were trying to interject their ideals onto everybody when it was like, there's a time and a place for everything, and stop trying to fucking put all of your ideals in this art that nobody gives a fuck about, vice versa, blah, blah, blah. All this shit was going on. And then just shifting to these fucking people on the right that are doing the same thing, but to a way more extreme, right? Like fucking Anita Sarkeesian and all these other motherfuckers were never doing anything that would put anyone in danger, versus we open the fucking show with saying, damn, trans people have it bad right now. Like, there's a very huge fucking difference, right? Yeah. And these motherfuckers can't see that, though. They can't see that I'm like, y'all are doing the same shit, but actually way worse. And I gotta tell you, man.
The thing is this, right? And that was the biggest problem I had with like most of the YouTube community. It was the idea that, and it's not you guys' fault. It took me reflecting as well to see it's not you. You can't control who absorbs your content. That is the problem, right? So what happened is that people take things out of context and they champion you for a snippet of your idea, but not the full, concise thought that you made. It's like, the left is stupid. The left is stupid. It's like, yes, it is.
I do want to. I don't 100% like you see, not being able to control. I think that's how I felt, but I don't think that's true, because you can, if you go out of your way to tell these people to fuck off. For example, something that I never even thought about.
You can do that, right? I agree.
I never did it. That's the thing. But now, like, say, I've hemorrhaged quite a bit of subscribers when I finally started telling these pieces of shit. Like, I would just say things that would seem very simple, and it's like, how are you following me? Because I said, if you think, for example, Nicholas J. Fuentes has any good ideas, get the fuck off of my channel. And then there's, like, two people in the comment section that are like, well, I think, and I'm like, why are you following me? If you think this guy has anything of value. But this is the thing that, like, since I didn't really, like, make it very obvious, because I feel like I shouldn't have to, but you kind of have to because these people are really dumb. So I just feel like I didn't do my due diligence of telling these people to fuck off.
I don't think that's the case right now.
The thing too that people really misunderstand is like, oh man, you're trashing your old audience or whatever, and it's like, no. Like, the audience that has actually been paying attention to me understands and understood the whole time exactly where I was coming from. And some of those people are still around. Most of those people are still around. I still get comments from them all the fucking time. They're in my Twitch chat. They've been there the whole fucking time. They knew when I told everybody that I was like a left-leaning person that I wasn't lying for no reason. They they listened. It's the people who thought they were fans of me, but really just wanted me to repeat their opinions to them because they need that. Those are the people that I don't care to entertain, because I don't. If you need me to regurgitate your opinions back to you, I don't want you. You're too insecure to entertain. Yeah, that's 100%. How I feel about it. It's like I don't need you.
That's the best way to have it. It's the best mentality to have. I agree with that 200%. It's just that period of time was so volatile and disgusting, and it's just like everything, and so many people just. It was cool to watch, right?
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It was way funner than shit that's going on now, bro. Like I'll tell you, I've made multiple videos that I just didn't release because it felt cathartic making the video, and that's kind of all I really cared about. Back then, I was having fun just making fun of silly shit, and me talking about like I said, like trans people being in danger or all this stuff. It isn't fun. It's like fucked up, you know. And
the thing is that it was a joke before. Yeah. It was funny. Once upon a time, it was
dumb
funny.
Shit happening. There was
now it's not funny.
What was the most serious thing? The most serious thing that was happening wasn't even that serious, really. Like that was normally, it was like surrounded in feminism, really, and it was like third wave lazy feminism. It wasn't. They weren't even talking about like people that we were making fun of. They weren't talking about like say real shit that like I 100% am for. Like whenever we talk about like Iran, like issues that's going on in Iran, I'm like I'm 100% for that shit. Let's go, women. Like your liberation all day. They weren't talking about this. They're talking about spaghetti straps and manspreading.
You know what the other thing too is like I feel like there was like this weird disconnect between people like assuming that like when you're making fun of BuzzFeed for calling manspreading misogyny. You know what I mean? Like where it's like, oh, this is manspreading is misogynistic, and you're pointing like, that's fucking stupid. There's a bunch of people who, for some reason, joined that video, who are like, yeah, misogyny's not real. You know what I mean? Where it's like they make this like,
how did you get here?
They make this like huge leap in logic where like because this then this. It's like a really poorly scripted Boolean. If you're a coder, so it's like,
can I tell you something? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, dude, misogyny is real, right? It doesn't mean I'm not going to make jokes that are vaguely sexist, if not outright, basically. But the difference is, I understand that that's a joke, right? And I'm not serious, and so when people are like, oh yeah. Manspreading is obviously not misogyny. Manspreading is the dumbest shit in the world. Nobody should care about that at all. But then you make the leap in saying, like, yeah, and therefore, you know, Andrew Tate makes sense. It's like, well, these are very, very different things.
You gotta slow down, buckaroo.
Yeah.
You gotta ease, buckaroo.
Yeah, and the opinion hasn't changed at all. Like, if Andrew Tate had showed up 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I am 100% confident I would have been like, what is this loser doing?
Nah, he would have got me. He would have got me.
I am 1,000,000% confident.
He would have got me.
Now, when I was 17,
exactly, bro. He would have got me.
I don't know.
He would have got me, bro. Angry, horny Kingston that keeps getting fucked with my girls. I'd have been like, I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. Their property. I could.
Was a joke.
I could never do it. I was raised by women, so I never had the ability to hate women genuinely. Like I never had the chance, you know. Like some people had like just a mom and a dad. All I had like a mom and a dad, and they could like cling to their dad and be like, yeah, fuck women, dad's cool. But I only had like my grandma who raised me when my mom died. So she's like objectively doing me a favor. So I was just like, man, women. I
have a cousin. I have a cousin who's actually well adjusted now, but when he was growing up, he didn't have any. He was raised by a pigeon and a lava lamp. That was his
crazy.
only family.
Was his last name Bundy?
He's
No.
No.
There's some questions, guys. We're running really close to our time already, actually.
All right, see you guys later, idiot. Later, bye. Fuck you. We're not reading questions anymore. Fuck you. That part of the show's done.
We don't do that.
We're not doing that show.
We don't do that no more. That's out. That's another $25 on Patreon.
Yeah, you gotta be $25.
Pay $25 to get your question. Oh man. All right. So let me sift through these questions.
Shitty.
Let's see.
$1 patron's been up to $2. You got to give $2 now.
Yeah.
Double all the patron levels.
Yeah. What else we got? Just double all of them.
Double them. 2, 10, 30, fucking 53,000.
Okay, so here's one from Oregon. What is that?
Oregon Trail.
Ogrig Resu. Look, man.
Tears?
Whatever the fuck your name is, Ogresuv. Fuck you. That's a horrible. I can't read this at all. I can't read this name at all. Anyway, he says, hello, gentlemen, long-time listener, first time using Patreon after seeing Chris get pieced up in a grossly unfair matchup against a black weeaboo. You three helped me keep my sanity last year, as I listened to roughly 58,000 minutes of your podcast. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
That's excellent. That is fucking insane to hear that.
Yeah, that's a gross number. Thank you for everything. Anyway, I have an interesting hypothetical for you three. Do you remember a show called Shaolin Showdown?
Yes.
There's an episode where Omi has the yin and yang separated into two bodies. My question is this. If all of your good and all of your evil were separated into two individual bodies, how would your good and evil selves act? What would they do? I don't even want to think about this.
Bro, the evil me would be bad, bro.
I would be concerning, I think. I don't think I would be too evil, but I would be a cause for concern. Is the best way that I could put it.
You would have to be locked up immediately, your evil side swing. Like, it would have to be...
Yeah,
the evil me would roar. It would be roar. Just in a room by itself. Just be like, yo, whatever that is, don't let that out.
Sweeney would seek out old women on the street just to roar at and harass. And I don't know. I feel like I would... man, my evil self, my good self would be the nicest fucking person in the world. Like, I'm a pretty good person, except for all of the evil things. So I think generally,
shut the fuck up, you dude. I hate you. Dude, I'm a pretty good person, except for all of my evil. That's everything, you idiot. That's everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, no, you're misunderstanding me. What I'm saying is, see, I understand why you got upset because you misunderstood what I was saying. Allow me to clear things up.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is, I'm a pretty good person, but there's parts of me that are evil, and without those evil parts, I'd be a pretty good person.
If my good side would try to be Spider-Man.
My evil side would be absolutely. My evil side would be a fuckboy, no doubt, 1,000,000%. I would not call people. I would fuck people and not call them. I would, and you know what? I'd post about it too. I'd be like, "This is hilarious." I'd post like a picture of them looking sad.
You get it. It'd be a picture of them with a money shot after you insult them. Like right after you're done, you say some wild shit to them, then you snap a picture right after. You're like, "Fucking bitch," and you walk off.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
I couldn't even finish. No, I don't know. What is the evil like? Is it like giving into like every single impulse? Is that what it is?
Every bad aspect of you, every aspect of you that you think is bad,
do you have
is all
evil
present.
tendencies that you ignore?
I don't think
I have bad thoughts. Like a lot. Like there was. I'll never forget this, and I've told this to a lot of people. I've told this to my nephew included. I've told my nephew that like there was a point when he was really, really young where I was walking behind him, and I thought, I have no animosity towards this person. I have a really good relationship with this kid, actually. If I kicked him down the stairs and he just perished immediately, no one would believe that I did it. Like, no one. Like, no one would believe it. And I could get away with it. And he would, and if he somehow survived, he would be, like, convinced that I wouldn't have done it. He would be convinced that a ghost did it. And I could probably gaslight him into thinking a ghost did it. And I had that thought. Or even, you know what? I'll tell you this. This is another evil thing, and I didn't ask. I didn't act on it. I have the capacity, if I had no conscience, to be an elaborately mean person, because I remember thinking specifically before, and I told you this, Sweeney. I think when Froggy was initially my opponent for the Creative Clash. We were kind of messaging back and forth, and we were getting friendly. And I remember thinking like, oh man, I don't want to get too friendly with him because it'll be harder to punch him. And I had the thought of, wow, you know what I should do if I was to be like a real piece of shit? No, I should give my Instagram account to somebody else, and they can carry on a friendship with Froggy, like just purely through DMs, and like share like really intimate stories about like my life. He can make up whatever the fuck he wants, like trade stories, get real close. And that way he's really endeared to me, but I haven't been talking to him at all the whole time. And I had that thought. I was like, what an evil thing. I didn't do that, obviously. But The thought was there. The thought was there. So my evil self, I think, could be like a pretty formidable.
A little, like, nothing crazy. Like, I wouldn't do anything too crazy.
Oh, my evil self would be dangerous, dude. Because I would hit people.
It's so you have a competitive edge.
Right,
the reason you want to do that
that's not
is
good,
for a competitive.
though.
You don't want to do it to fuck with him. You want to do it for a competitive edge.
Right,
so that's not that evil.
No, it's still very evil. You're not.
No, I mean it's wrong to do, right? But
Derek,
it's not
you're
like
scaring
you
me,
have.
You're scaring me.
I'm not scaring anybody. There is, but
I'm not
scaring anybody.
No one's fucking scared.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Yeah. This is how I talk to my wife. I'm like, I'm not fucking scaring you. Shut the fuck up. And then
you got her against the wall. You're screaming at her and she's crying.
Just little
Jojo saying, "Stop, Derek. I'm scared," and you say, "I'm not scaring anybody."
I'm not scared. Why are you scared? What are you scared about? Fuck you so scared for?
Dude, one time I was this is real. I was really upset. This was like an ex-girlfriend, like 2014 or something, where we were pretty much hanging on by a thread, and I was pretty much done, but she was like, let's try to hash this out. Let's meet up. I met up with her after work. She hopped in my car and she wasn't saying anything. And I'm like, I thought you came here to talk. And she just wouldn't. And I was like, get the fuck out of my car, essentially. I was like, I wasted my time. I felt like, what the hell is going on? And so she's all sad, crying, whatever the fuck. And then later she says, you were so intimidating. And I'm like, I literally did nothing. I didn't raise I wasn't angry. I was so mad that I'm like, dude, I was a twig at that point too. This is when I was like 180 and I was already starting to look a little malnourished, you know, like say when I get 170, I look like a fucking stick figure. So I'm small. I'm 5'6". This bitch is like maybe even an inch taller than me and she's bigger. She probably could have fought me and did okay. And I'm like, I'm intimidated. I did nothing. And then that's the type of shit that makes me want to actually be intimidating and just like, I should have just grabbed her head and just, kept pressing until you start hearing the cracks a little bit. When there's just a little bit. And then you stop. But just to about that point, But I didn't do it. I'm a gentleman.
Of course.
But that was very cathartic. I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. It felt pretty good.
That's good. If all of the worst aspects of me were released, I would... People would say something that I didn't like, and I would just strike them and keep striking them. And I'm like, all right, who wants brunch?
See, I'm not a
violent person. And I would just
person.
take things. I have very, very, very bad anger problems, but I realized that my anger would get me killed. So I learned how to put a cap on it.
See, I have a temper.
I don't like raising my voice. I don't raise my voice to people. Like Lily, I love Lily. I love her to death, right? My partner in crime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry that girl one day. There have been times where I've been very upset and I've wanted to just scream at her until I calm myself down. But I know if I scream at her, she'll be like, "Oh no, all blacks he's gonna kill me. He's black." He's black and I'm much bigger than she is.
Your wife would think that?
Listen. She would do that and get the cops on you and they would beat you senseless?
They'd beat me senseless and then they would deport her, bro.
Listen.
It'd be the twofer. No one would end up happy, bro. No one would be happy.
Look.
I don't know,
the evil, so none of us are really violent. Like our evil selves wouldn't really be. That's not true though, because for me, I'm not necessarily. Oh, no, hold on. So for me, I'm not really violent at all, like at all. However, there are some people on this planet that I feel like that need to be beaten to death, and so the evil version of myself. 100%. I would do two things. I would grift like quartering or whatever. I would make
right. Sell out your ideals for money.
Yeah, for 100%. And then the second thing, those same people who I'd be pretending to be, I would beat them to death. Like so, I would
bait the quartering into an alligator pit. I'd bait him into like some
like
fuck
I would
shit,
fucking
like horrible.
Why?
I'm telling you, for some reason, I want to smash Matt Walsh's face so hard.
In Minecraft.
Not for some reason. There is
in Minecraft.
Sure. In Minecraft, sure. Like I want to, like I said, I want to box Matt Walsh at Creator Clash 3. I would not even train. Like I would give him every advantage, and I guarantee you, I would kill him in the ring in Minecraft. But like I would
That's
fucking
so brutal,
I'm telling you, I am
dude.
willing to shatter my hand to hit him as hard as I
you'd
will
max
fucking,
damage it? You'd go max damage?
I would-
You'd risk
I
it
would
all?
fucking-
I guess we don't.
There
we
is
don't-
something about his fucking face that needs to be punched so fucking like it just needs to be like out of all of those people. Out of all of those fucking people, look at that nigga. Look at him. Look at a picture of him and stare at it for 10 seconds. I guarantee you're going to get really fucking angry. And you're going to be like, oh, I didn't know I had that in me. I didn't even know. Like, that's
See,
just the type
I
of
know
shit.
I don't have that.
I have it.
Like
Some people make me so mad. I want to.
I have a temper and I get angry, but I never get angry. Like I never take it out on a living thing.
I'll take it out on him all day, man. It's just
Nah, man. I definitely had a cat that made me really mad, and I didn't have that cat anymore. But
all right,
Okay,
let's
yeah,
move
see,
on.
I
Let's move on.
see,
Let's
I
move on.
kidding.
God. Yeah, I'll fucking treat that Walsh like a fucking cat, man. Fuck that motherfucker. And Dennis Prager. I've always wanted to beat up an old person. That just seems like kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, I feel like if it would do 1.5 damage.
Why are you hitting me? It hurts. I'm Dennis
Why
Prager.
are you hitting me in this ring? So dumb.
Oh my god!
right,
Let's get one more. Let's get one more before you gotta end it.
No,
Just one more.
let's do a few. Let's get a few.
Okay.
Shameless plug Spencer on YouTube wrote in. He says, "Hello, Christopher, Ray the Gun, Radical Centrist, and Mikey Moistmouth.
Hey.
Moistmouth. Been watching since episode 1.
Nice.
Let's go.
Not 0. 0's a good
Hey,
episode.
fuck you. How dare you?
0's the Psychic Pebbles one. But
Yeah,
finally
go
have
watch
money to pay. I know you all are mostly into. Oh, well, welcome, by the way. I know you all are mostly into video games, but you got any book suggestions in case?
Ooh, tons.
In case y'all want some. Bud Not Buddy is amazing, and the whole Dresden File series is great. Well, thanks for welcome aboard, by the way. But I'm a big. I will always chill for Childhood's End. I love that book. That's I think Arthur C. Clarke. That's like sci-fi. It's really fucking cool. But as far as like a really sincerely, I mean this. House of Leaves is fucking crazy. If you've not heard of House of Leaves, it's because it's a very intimidating book. It's like it's printed in all sorts of weird fucking ways. There's like some pages that are like where the like dialogue is like it almost looks like the whole book is misprinted, but it's on purpose. And it's like it's kind of a game to read it. Like some pages are like written backwards, and then some pages are written like top to bottom and like diagonal and it's really cool. I haven't finished it, but like I've gotten through like some of it, and it's fun to read. But that's the only those are the ones that like I could think of that have caught my eye lately.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh,
I don't really read books anymore, man. I've done a couple of audio books, but I really can't sit down and read anymore just because multitasking has ruined books for me. It's ruined comics for me actually. I can't. If you're reading a book or a comic, all you can do is just it needs your undivided attention. Otherwise, you're not paying attention to it.
yeah.
So if you're
for comics and reading, it's like I can passively read, you know. But
How's
like
that
if I'm
possible?
reading something that like if
No.
it's something that's like how to explain it? Like
No,
if
how do
it's
you,
any
no,
sort of literature.
no. Wait. How do you passively read?
Because like how to explain it? I can do something passive while I read. There, it goes better to say that, right?
like what?
Like listening to music, I guess, or something.
like it's like
Listening
music
to
like
music
pretty
is
low.
not. But like
we-
listening to music is not like I can put on music at any given time
Yeah,
and it's just
unlike-
shuffling stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about progressing through a video game, progressing through a movie, like some other media. I can't do. You can't.
Oh
do
no,
two.
no, you can't do those two things because you're not going to be able to absorb either one correctly because they both need your attention.
That's why like I can't read books, or that's the only reason. I need to be doing two things, because I'm so limited on time. So it's just not practical for me
Yeah, I
to
know
just
what you mean.
do this one thing.
Audiobooks are amazing for that. Like
Exactly.
That's kind of how I've been reading most of it. Like I read
Exactly.
I had the Reggie Fils-Aimé book that I got because like he was doing this weird. He was doing this weird circuit. We were talking about some booking. I can't remember what it's called. I have it at home in New York. I didn't bring it with me like a fucking idiot. But I was listening to it on audiobook and I was like, I was able to do all my other shit. I was able to like edit while I listened to it and do all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, this is great. But I've been trying not to do that because I want to be able to read again. And I feel like my focus is dwindling really hard because I've been so focused on doing everything at once. I don't know.
I still read regularly. Like the last time I read was probably yesterday. Like I read a bit every day. But like I read like one of my favorite books. Like if there's literature in the book that I don't really understand, like if it's like there's some sort of like way or dialect of speaking that isn't natural to me, I have to do that alone because I'm like I don't know what's going on exactly. Like in Dune, one of my favorite books, there's like a ton of like phrases and words I just don't know what the fuck they mean. So I have to like read over that part over and over again and get context clues about what it may mean. But there's like the
reading the Long Game, huh? The Long Game by Mitch McConnell.
The Long Game, is that a real book?
Yeah. It's just how to be a piece of shit.
That's basically what you guys have been on. I mean, Sweeney. Well, all of us we've traveled recently, right?
Yeah.
So we've been on planes super recently. Do you? I don't know where you guys were sitting, but there are certain places on a plane where you can sit, and there's almost like this over the wing specifically. There's like this mechanical kind of repeating sound before takeoff. It kind of sounds like a saw almost, or like a bunch of servos going back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like hydraulics.
And every time I hear that sound, for some reason, ever since the first time I heard it many years ago, all I can think of is the Twilight Zone, like how when that creature's on the wing. But I look out on the wing and it's Mitch McConnell trying to saw the wing off.
That is so fucking crazy.
Every time, like without fail, I've always thought about it.
His neck is like just tearing through it. Like it looks
like
all slabby, but it's really strong.
Exactly. Yeah, he's trying to saw through the wing, and then the reason why we take off is because he's always unsuccesssul. It's like this little story that I have.
He's on and he flies off, and the way he hits the ground, you're like he has to be dead, but then he gets right up.
Yeah, he scurries away like a roach. He scurries away like a roach. I'll get you next time. He's Dr. Claw.
Okay, back to books though. Of course, there's one of my favorites is
the Bible.
Stardust.
Gay for Pay.
Stardust. Gay for Pay is good though. The Stardust series is like one of a book of monks, like a bunch of other ones. Neil Gaiman,
whatever.
Really great artist. There's the City of Bones.
Okay,
there's obviously the Game of Thrones books.
Sure.
I only read fantasy and like fiction and like historical fiction because like I don't like reading about the world I'm in because I live in that world. Like reading about like I don't know like black Latino kids in the Bronx. It's like I was that. I don't want to read about that. I've lived that, It sucks. That's it, Like, I don't want to read those stories,
That's funny, because I never read fantasy. Ever. There's, like, very rare... Like, I'll read sci-fi sometimes, but even that's, like, very rare. Like, maybe, like, 2 books my entire life that I read that were sci-fi.
I can't do the whole...
I read, I read, like, books, like, about, like... real things.
Yeah, I read books about like people doing crazy shit or whatever.
Yeah.
I read David Goggins. He has 2 books, and I usually like. There's a lot of self-help people out there that I hate because they're all trash. But he's such an extreme person that just reading his like life story, it's so compelling, and it may kind of kick you in the ass a little to be like, wow, I'm a pussy. But it's just this guy's like he doesn't make any sense. So I would say those are audiobooks though. Again. The last time I'm telling you, the last time I've read anything physical with papers was this. I'm talking about this is how long ago it was probably in succession: Sinestro Core Wars, Blackest Night, and Final Crisis. It was like that in succession.
It was like 14 years ago, dude.
That was like a while ago. It was before New 52 or whatever.
Blackest Night came out when I was in middle school, dude.
Yeah, it was like 09 or something.
It came out when I was just going to high school, Blackest Night. I remember it came out, and I begged my grandma to get it. She was like, no. She told me no to my face, and I was like, you're going to go into a nursing home one day. And I
was it that long ago? When did you go to middle school?
Blackest Night. I started high school in 2008.
So
it might have been like I just got to high school.
I thought it was around that time, but whatever, it doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. But that was the time I remember specifically, like, back to, like, glued. I'm already working because I'm an adult, and I'm, like, at my lunches, glued to this shit, reading it on my lunches and stuff, and then just reading the things. And
dude,
Final
Blackest
Crisis.
Night and Central Core was fucking lit as shit, bro.
Dude, all of that era before New 52, that, like, end of it, because that was the Final Crisis, obviously that was the end. That was some good ass fucking storytelling.
Dude, Sodom Yacht fighting Superboy Prime, bro. Going at it. Icon versus Superboy Prime, dude. Good times, man. I own all that shit, and it's gonna die. Like, when I die, I'm gonna burn it so my kids can't sell it. Fuck those kids. Fuck those idiots. They didn't pay for that shit. Fuck them.
To me, I don't know. I did read one more recommendation. This is very specific, and like I'm really, really into like comedy and like comedians and like the history of that stuff, and anything like George Carlin's books. Norm Macdonald has a great book that's just fucking absurd. It's just he just makes up a fake life for himself, and it's hilarious. But there's a really interesting book called, I think it's Late Night, The War for Late Night, and it's by Bill Carter. It's like it's the story about like Jay Leno and Conan fighting over like the Tonight Show and like the politics of it. It's fucking cool and like really, really interesting. Because I think like especially like with comedians, it's really easy to forget that like these are people, and like because you always see you see their act and you're like, wow, that's amazing that they can do like this. John Mulaney just put out a special today, and it's actually really good.
Interesting.
But any book by a comedian is probably
the
worth
whole cult
checking
thing?
out. Oh yeah, the whole thing was about
the whole thing cheating on his wife.
The whole thing was about rehab and just all that stuff, and it's hilarious. It's actually like it's better because he did. What the fuck was it? It was, oh my god, Kid Gorgeous, and then New in Town. New in Town was the first one that was like really, really good. Kid Gorgeous I thought was like and then he did like some Sack Lunch Bunch. I don't know what the fuck that thing was, but this one's like really, really good. Highly recommend it. But that's stand up. I don't know why I got into that.
Hi, I'm John Mulaney, and I have the voice of an 18-year-old boy.
I woke up one day and my reputation was different. Kanye going goofy mode wrote in. He says, repost because it's just a banger question. Sup gay, hate the gay, and gay for green, shooty spaceman. As a turbo ultra virgin, I love Transformers. Do you boys have any strong feelings about anything in said brand? I'm personally mega horny for animated and the Cybertron game. The Cybertron games are really good, actually.
Cybertron games are very good.
Bro, way better than I remember playing those online.
Cybertron?
I remember playing them online and them being way better than they had any right to be. Like,
not
way
half
better.
bad at all. Yeah.
I was just like, what is this? This is a competent shooting game.
So, I, as a male brain, stooge, I like robots and I like things that are just robot-y. I think it's just, the marketing knows like just how primitive some men are. All you got to do is just put stupid metal together, make them look like people, and then it just attracts me to it. Yeah, that's why I love mobile suits and stuff. There is a wave. People got into Gundams recently, and it's very bizarre to me. Like people are fucking like just building them
The new series came out. Another new series came out. That's why
it's wild to me, and I'm like,
also Zero's on Netflix now.
Oh yeah. And so, but anyway, Transformers. I don't want to get too far away from it. I like a lot of the series. I thought actually even on Netflix, Transformers Prime is really fucking good. It was way better than it had any reason to be. I think there's a lot. I obviously grew up with. I loved Beast Wars, even though you watching it back, it's
that
not
show
the
looks
best.
Hideous. Show looks hideous, bro.
Awful. I was like, wow, man. It's pretty rough.
It's really
Beast
sad.
Wars.
Like when you revisit something and it doesn't hold up, that's like a horrible feeling because your brain, like when you're
Beast
a kid,
Wars
like,
is particularly bad though, Chris. Like it's
I know,
bad.
But that's what I mean. It's like because when you're a kid, you like everything. Right. I remember specifically the first time I walked out of something that I was really excited for and had the thought that I don't think I enjoyed that very much. And it was Spider-Man 3. It was Spider-Man 3. That was the first time in my life that I remember being excited for something and it not living up to expectations. I don't know if that's because I was a kid and that's just how the brain works at that age. I don't know if things just so happened to get really bad in general, quality-wise, around that time. But something was up. Something was up around that time. Especially because so many things were so, like, mega hyped and met expectations around that time. Like, BioShock fucking came out of nowhere. Halo 3 was, like, the top of the fucking world. Call of Duty, like, was, like, the best fucking it had ever been and probably the best it's been since then. And then all of a sudden, 2007, here's Spider-Man 3. That thing that I've been excited for years. And it's just disappointing. I love it now.
Yeah.
As an adult.
You understand it as like a Sam Raimi piece of film.
Right, exactly. Before I was like, as just a Spider-Man person, it hurt me deeply. But then, like, when I grew up and I was like, oh, okay, so this is what movie making is. And then, honestly, like that, there was a Chicken's Giving where we all got really, really high and we watched Spider-Man 3. I don't remember which year this was. This might have been 2019.
It was the one that happened during COVID because we were all together at that time.
Oh, so it's 2021 or 2020. No. It was 2020. I remember because I moved to New York the year after. I remember watching it really, really high and being like, and for some reason my brain was like, I'm gonna watch this as if it's a soap opera, as if it's like bold, as if it's like All My Children or something.
That's the point.
For some reason, it was amazing. Like, as a soap opera, Spider-Man 3 is top tier. Like, it's like one of the, it's like honestly like an amazing movie. But
great. I can watch them at any time. Actually, it's something that, and I get it. As a kid, you had a certain expectation what you wanted. You wanted a standard superhero movie. That
I wanted a good Venom, and I wanted the
you wanted not Eric Foreman.
Right.
Topher Grace. I can't believe that shit till this day, bro. That's Topher Grace.
One of the most bizarre in any superhero film ever that has been made. That has to be the most bizarre casting choice.
No, because Mick and Chris are like in a universe. Because I think Tobey Maguire's not a good Spider-Man either, but I think in a Raimi verse he fits the bucket perfectly. Like for what Raimi wants Spider-Man to be, it's perfect. And I think in the Raimi universe where Peter Parker is Tobey Maguire, Topher Grace fits well as a Venom. Like I think
I'll put it. You're misunderstanding what me and Mick were saying. I think a little bit. What we were saying was, as far as the Peter Parker that exists in those movies, right?
Yeah.
Topher Grace is a good Eddie Brock.
There you go. Sorry, Eddie Brock. Yeah.
That Venom was horrible though. Like there's nothing good about that Venom. I do think like because he is like kind of like an opposite Peter, but he's like kind of like a doppelganger almost, or like a nega version. Don't worry,
it's the negachin.
It's the negachin. No, but so I do think he works. I just don't think they wrote the character correctly. I don't think they directed him well. Raimi also said specifically that he doesn't know Venom. He doesn't like Venom. He doesn't care about Venom. They made
Raimi is a classic Spider-Man fan. He is a Ditko and Lee Spider-Man fan. You can tell by the way those movies exist. That is a fan of Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. He does not. He probably doesn't even know Venom came out. He probably doesn't know who Hobgoblin is.
He didn't know. He did not know who Venom was. Straight up.
But
like,
why make such a good Otto Octavius?
Well, Otto's an ancient character. Otto's ancient.
But what I mean is though, okay. So he understands who he is. That is true. But even the appearance was very respectable. Where it's like, wow, I believe this is Dr. Octopus just by looking at this motherfucker.
You know what makes it crazy? I'll go one step further. Right? Raimi's Dr. Octopus is the best version of Dr. Octopus. Oh, to the point that now Doc Ock in everything that isn't comic related emulates that Doc Ock because of how well it was done.
Right.
Making him and Peter Parker colleagues is a perfect idea. Perfect. It works so much well. It gives the character like a heart. It's not just some German dude that's a dickhead with 8 arms that's trying to fuck Aunt May, you know?
In the cartoon, he
fucking
sucks.
in the animated, in the Spider. What am I trying to say?
In the animated
Spider-Man animated series.
So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he makes absolutely no sense in any way, shape, or form.
Dude,
and
the fact that he has the shoulder
why
pad.
is he so fucking buff? Why is he so goddamn jacked?
Why
He's a fucking
He should
scientist.
in truth, he should be the opposite. Like he should be like he's got all these arms to
Emaciated.
do all the heavy lifting for him. Why does he need to be buff at all? He should be
so jacked.
He should be incredibly unfit, actually. But
He's bigger than Peter Parker. Like that's crazy.
No,
but
he's
the
not.
reason-
He's bigger than Spider-Man. He's not bigger than Peter Parker.
You're right,
Peter
you're right, you're
Parker
right.
is bigger than Spider-Man.
No, see,
And then Eddie Brock is bigger than Peter. And then Venom is just a wall.
I
It's just
feel
a
like
wall.
I don't, dude. I gotta pull up some Ottawa because Dr. Octopus is massive.
He's big, but
in
he's
that.
not bigger than Peter. Peter
I'm
Parker
not
is
sure,
bigger.
man.
Peter
No,
Parker is bigger than Flash Thompson in that universe, bro.
Yeah, that's my
you know what it
favorite.
is?
That's my favorite.
You know what it is?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
those damn shoulder pads. It's those Saiyan
shoulder-
armored
It is.
shoulder pads.
The
that make
shoulder,
him
the
seem
orange shoulder pads, the orange ones.
But he has jacked arms. Like
He's
there's I have a
Rocky, bro.
classic when the animated series first got put on Netflix. It was in 2012. Like I remember it very vividly because I have a picture of me sitting down with a Rainbow Flow, which is Sprite and Rainbow Sherbet, and I take a picture in this Dr. Octopus on the big screen of where I'm watching on the TV, and he's just so fucking jacked. And I'm just like, dude, he should be able to beat everyone. He should have no problems at all. Now, maybe I'm misremembering, but I just feel like I remember him being
he is
fucking
pretty buff.
huge.
He is pretty buff, but
He's pretty
it's,
buff, but you're forgetting how big Peter was. I think that's what it is. I think
hold on,
you're forgetting the size of Peter.
The reason though that he made an amazing Green Goblin and he made an amazing Dr. Octopus is because those are characters that he grew up with and cared about.
Yeah,
And was
So it's
able
like,
to
oh,
translate
yeah,
well.
that's
He does not. He
fair
did not
enough.
grow up with Venom at all. Venom was the '90s. He was. Sam Raimi was well away from comic books by the time Venom was even remotely a thing. And I'm sure.
Like,
I
Venom is
think
like
there's
late
even
80s, 90s.
I think there's even like footage of him talking about like how like they approached him and to tell him to put Venom in, and he was like, "Who is that?" Like,
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Sam Raimi could make a Carnage that would make us have nightmares, probably, if he was given a chance.
He could have made a cool Carnage.
He could make a Carnage that would make us be afraid
but
to go
it
to
probably
bed.
would have been like Matthew McConaughey or some shit. You know what I mean? Like he would.
I think it would have been Woody Harrelson. I think he would have chose Woody Harrelson.
No, because that's who he was now, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, but Harrelson didn't have a chance to go buck. Raimi would be like, all right, you gotta say the N-word. You gotta say the N-word. You gotta be bad. You gotta kick a baby in the face. You gotta kick a baby in the face. All right, we're gonna get real babies. Woody, you gotta kick the baby in the face.
I actually think you know what I think he would have actually done. I think it would have been Liam Neeson actually. I'm not even kidding. You know why? I'm thinking specifically
Why?
because Raimi made those Darkman movies with Liam Neeson, and
You're right.
Raimi, and he has like a history with him. And I also think he probably could do that kind of well.
I don't think he could. Liam, at that age, he was still probably too old. He was too much of a dad.
You're right. Yeah,
Liam
maybe.
Neeson. But like,
I'm trying to
because
think of reasonable people that he would likely cast, and I can't think of many. But I think because he wanted to
like
do the Vulture. I think.
young Campbell would have been a really good Carnage.
Yeah. Well,
Like Evil Dead Campbell would have been a good Carnage.
You're gonna see Evil Dead on Saturday, right?
I'm gonna see it Saturday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do something for my birthday. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but
All right,
figure
let me
it
know.
out. I'm 29 tomorrow. That's gross.
Happy birthday, Sweeney. Almost.
Damn,
Happy
dude.
birthday, you bitch ass nigga.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up,
Anyway.
bitch.
Hey yo, this,
Shut up,
Let's get
bitch.
one more.
yeah, let's do it.
Oh wait,
more.
what were we gonna say, Eric? Before?
I was just gonna say I posted a clip. Just there's a Daily Motion clip of Dr. Octopus being probably a third bigger than Spider-Man.
He's bigger than Spider-Man or Peter.
No, like
That's the
he's definitely
thing.
big. He's definitely bigger than Spider-Man. But I wish there was a Peter Parker side by side. But it's just he's so buff. It's I can't properly because it's not just the shoulder pads. He's fucking like his legs are. I'm
Where'd
jealous.
you send this?
He's it's in the chat.
Oh,
there's a link in the chat.
How could I be so irresponsible? Watching the intro preview is Craig. So much shit is happening, and I'm like, whoa, dude, that a lot.
Damn! I just found a picture of him next to a. Fuck! I just lost it. I just found a picture of him. He was right next to Peter Parker. Fuck,
he is
man.
very buff.
I accidentally clicked out of it.
Peter Parker. Oh. He always had that. He had that. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is crazy how because even the Spider-Man PS4 Dr. Octopus is like heavily. They had their own. They had their own twists on it for sure, but like it's heavily based on
that's the best depiction of him, dude. Like the simple idea of him being a colleague of Peter Parker's makes the character so much more enjoyable. It just does.
Alfred Molina
because they have a connection. There's actually a connection between him and his villains.
Like that. I think I love that movie largely because of how good that relationship is between the two of them.
And then Norman Osborn, oh my God, Willem Dafoe as Norman.
I gotta bring something up real quick. So Dr. Octopus does not know Peter Parker is Spider-Man, yet he's like, I need to talk to Peter Parker to get Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and he throws a
car
at him.
Yeah, he throws a car at him.
No, he throws a car like.
No, he would have killed him.
Think about that scene.
No, he would have killed him, absolutely.
So what? Like, what is that scene then?
Well, the scene is this, right? Peter Parker takes the pictures of Spider-Man. So is this like, he knows Spider-Man?
Yes. So why would you throw a car at him?
To get Spider-Man to show up.
He only got out of the way because he's Spider-Man.
You know,
and he didn't know he's Spider-Man.
Derek, you know why he threw a car at him?
Why?
Because it's a fucking cool shot.
It's very cool.
That is literally like there's a million ways for that interaction to make sense, and they're all less interesting than that shot.
That's true.
I think that's literally it. Like, there's a lot of things about that movie. It's like, how does Dr. Octopus even get around without arousing suspicion with all those fucking arms? Like, how is he doing that?
Up. He's only up. He's up.
But at a certain point, it just becomes
so.
It's like, but like you're not thinking about that because it's so fucking cool.
That's true.
Those arms, the design of those arms are still like that. Might be like my favorite design of like anything in a modern kind of superhero movie. Like, I love the way they look. I love the silver and like gold trimming of it, and how they look kind of like rusty, but they're not. And they just like they move around like fucking snakes, and the lower ones have like bigger claws to like support weight and shit. It's fucking cool. Like, I love his entire design is fucking awesome. They killed it.
Yo, guys, I think you're right. I just found a picture of them in front of each other, and I think Peter is bigger. I think Peter's bigger than Dr. Octopus.
That is so ridiculous to see.
Peter Parker's so big. That's not even at his max size. That's max size him.
You have to put this on screen
I will.
Because that is fucking absurd. Dr. Octopus
is bigger he looks as Peter Parker, dude.
Dr. Octopus versus Peter Parker, like normal civilian clothes Peter Parker in this screenshot looks like me versus William Haynes. Why is he that much bigger than him? As so Peter Parker. That shirt too, that fucking polo that he wears makes me so angry.
That's him at his max size. That's max size him.
That's like final form. That's 100% final form Frieza Peter Parker.
right.
He's at his most it's crazy how Peter's.
What was Frieza at her best? Like his best, the gold Frieza? Was it the gold Frieza?
Yeah, gold Frieza.
Now.
Wait, there's what?
There's a black one. Now,
whatever. Let's go to. End it at the end of DBZ. At the end of DBZ is when it ends.
Nah, dude, end it at the end of Superman.
On the last episode.
Whatever, man. Anyway,
Frieza cannot.
Look, I gotta go eat. I'm fucking hungry.
I feel you.
I
Tune in next time.
Yeah, tune in next time. Support us
Yeah.
over at Patreon.
I'm also gonna just to let you guys know, I'm gonna contrast it. There's pictures of Spider-Man, regular Spider-Man, standing right next to Dr. Octopus, and Dr. Octopus is way bigger than Spider-Man.
I told you, dude. Peter is huge. He's huge.
I love this so much.
Peter Parker's bigger than Flash Thompson. And Flash Thompson, bro, I would not bully that guy at all. I would, when he came back after he got bit and he put on 45 pounds of muscle mass, I would have never said shit to him, bro.
Oh my god. So
Let's
funny.
all right. Come on over to patreon.com/SnarkTank. Join us. We got a bunch of tiers over there. Go figure it out for yourself. I'm not your mom. I'm gonna read off the $25 and up patrons now. So count me down. 3, 2, 1, go. Max Silhouette. My name is Chris Reagan, and I hate the gays. Doc Jenkin and the Tism Schism. Damn it, Sweeney. How many times do I have to tell you to stop sending me news of your girlfriend when I'm reading the credits? Oh, I get it. It's a fun joke. Pippin.
What is that joke?
I don't know. I don't have time. She Pipkin on my Pippa. Possum, parentheses, yes, that's my real name. Barry McCockiner. That's awesome. Piss bed.
Cool.
Damo Nation, average clit energy. Some bad news. Some bad news. Someone bailed out Chris Chan. This isn't even a bit. It's just true. Star Coffee. Sweeney owes my friend Devin child support. I have acute penis syndrome. My penis is not small, just cute. Staying hydrated to be ready to piss on Margaret Thatcher's grave at a moment's notice. Officer, you can't arrest me for vehicular manslaughter. I was listening to the Eurobeat version of the Freebird solo. Transfemme Gremlin. Can Logan Paul abandon a million pigs? My sexual awakening was the quirky goth girl from NCIS. Now my taste in women is ruined. Yush Asker, the angelic dungeon master who would like to ask you what you'd like to do about the raiders that just entered the tavern. I really hope everybody with a long name in our audience dies. Can I say that?
No.
I hope all of you die.
We love you guys.
I hope all of you die. Like, I care about you. I love your support, but the rage that I feel when I read these long names is so insurmountable. It's wild. Rest in peace to the legendary Lance Red Dick, voice of Commander Zavala. Craig the Canadian. It's your boy Shawnee D. Justice for Afro Man. He needs his door fixed. Matt Walsh is a hero of our time. Sweet Baby Gang for life. Indie Butter Knife on YouTube. Red Hot Silly Poppers. What's with these homies dissing my girl? God, I wish I were a modern Picasso painting the creamiest, most beautiful, cubiest fur art. I don't know what this is. 3XO reminding you filthy fucks to look at your keyboard and realize how dirty y'all are. Slurping, stroking, smoking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Stormboy's life and what do you like? The average person has one fallopian tube. Call her Little Caesars the way her pussy hot and ready. Drip MH, the Lord of Drip. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi-Wan Chablomi, loving women is gay. The fuck you kissing on cocksuckers for? Kremlin to Gremlin. Sweeney, trading card games first customer. Alls to wall. Okay, you said it right. Abby, something funny and topical. Gay Sniplight B. Gay Slipknot be like, come inside the penis and I.
Hey, we gotta do that one.
That is so stupid. Oh
my
lord.
We still gotta do down with the. We gotta do down with the dick.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. Yeah, that's next. That's
things,
next for
things
sure.
fell apart because of the clash.
That's right.
Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. I'm feeling a headache as I read these. The Papini Brothers Emporium presents the latest in cuck technology, Sneakovision. Good fight, Chris. That'd be amazing. Sneakovision. It'd be like it'd be glasses, but every time you look at your girlfriend, she's being fucked by some random person.
Yeah.
And when you take it off, it's like normal, but only when you're looking at your girl.
Yeah.
Somebody should invent that. I feel like it would sell really
I love it.
modestly, but to very specifically one person. She
People with a lot
tub
of money would
thumping
buy
on
it.
my Chumbawamba. I said we would lay off a Sneeko, but it's just too funny. She tub thumping on my Chumbawamba. Darren, some white man, culturally unaware snake the ever chosen. Fun fact: Maggie Baird voices Samara from Mass Effect. She's also Billie Eilish's mom. Have a nice day. Tell him, Steve. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. Honestly, like everything this person has written in and said has been true. So that's
insane.
I believe you. Tell him, Steve Dave, Andre Brooks, Limp Biscuits and Gravy. Timothy Oliphant was almost Dominic Toretto. John Strickland, I am announcing it right now. Our next parody is F slurs in Paris.
Let's go.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Homos in Paris.
Verse
No, that would be
1889.
funny.
I mean, that's not bad.
That's fine.
Homos in Paris.
Wish
balls so
my
hard.
girlfriend took it as gracefully as Chris takes right hooks. The First Church of Keith David. I don't always agree with Chris, but duck. Now that's some S tier meat. Good. You have good taste.
suck balls so
I ran
hard.
over my 2003 Silverado. That really threw me off. I ran over my 2003 Silverado with my Voodoo Blue 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Pre-Rise. Blake 896. Church of Getting Kicked in the Face by Cammy. Amen.
Bro, they made
Tonka,
her so
the inbred
thick
Cabbage
in
Patch.
6, bro. They did work
Good.
on her.
She's
And
excellent.
Chun-Li. Have you seen
excellent.
Chun-Li in 6, bro?
I mean, Chun-Li will always be a winner. You know,
Nah, dude.
If
They
they-
gave her,
people would boycott if they fucked her up. You know, so
bro. They
Yeah, it'd be
made
a
her. They made
massive
her
problem.
mother material, bro. And they
Alaskan
she
oil
definitely-
field trash. Stu Hulk. Tickle my ass hairs. Nikki Ziggy. Dom's alternate ending to Gears 3, where after blowing himself up, he regains consciousness to the words, "Hey, you're finally awake." Lobotomized Jesus can't wait
Let's
to
go.
lick on. Can you imagine being in that type of dire scenario, finally getting out and then just being thrown into something else?
yeah, now
thrown
you're
into
about to get
fucking Pam
executed.
Riel.
Oh fuck!
You know how much Pam Riel sucks, bro? They got wolves on the middle of the road that'll bite you and your bones will turn to stone. Dude, like, what the fuck is going on? They got trolls
It's a bad
that'll
place.
hit you across football fields. There's fucking giant crabs. Dude, I don't think I know a single person that can kill a mud crab. I don't think I know one guy that'd be able to kill a mud crab if he came after them.
No.
Like, that world
I mean, think about
sucks
the
dick,
fucking-
dude.
Most worlds that are video games, you would not want to live in. Like if I woke up in the lands between, I can't even tell you
I would start crying.
how quickly I would kill myself. I'd be out of there so quick. Jesus
what I would try to
Christ.
do is I would try to get one of the Black Assassin's knives, and I would hopefully kill. I'd become a servant of somebody, kill them, take their souls, and hopefully that gives me a fighting
Lobotomized Jesus
chance.
can't wait. Lobotomized Jesus can't wait to lick on Hulk Hogan's sloppy, wet, fat fucking pussy like a dog in a water bowl.
That's right, brother.
The sounds of mommy and daddy fighting downstairs, but it's drowned out by Derek and Sweeney's slang argument. Randy
Nice.
McNally is ready to McNutty in a hose bussy from Tennessee. Jackson DuPont, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, to the rhythm of Bulls on Parade. Come on, command! So
Come on,
stupid. Aetherian,
Come,
Progerian
come,
Hunter,
come,
Melphis
come,
One,
come.
Hexblade Warlock, Hexblade Supremacist back from being Bomber Chan for another person Patreon read. And rounding out our list as always, you know the guy. I'm not even gonna
My
say his name.
penis hole explodes.
The
Sucking on
king.
my
I'm not even gonna
chode.
say. I'm not even gonna say his
Sucking on
name.
this pole, my penis explodes. You want another lower? Jump and put your mouth on my balls. It's with that cum shot. The shorter for your mouth.
With that cum shot.
With that cum
That's
shot.
good. That's good. Yeah.
With that
Sure,
cum
that make your
shot.
penis
That's
rock.
fucking perfect.
Dick in my balls.
All right. Obviously, we're talking about King of Haphazard. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. I'm sorry you had to listen to that.
With
just to
that
get your
cum
name
shot.
right.
Sure, that make that penis rock.
Giving lots of handies. And a pocket full of cum.
Sucking
so
on some
Giving lots of
penis.
handies.
All right. All right.
fucking-
We gotta go. We gotta fucking. All right. Thanks for fucking. Thanks. I guess. Bow wow. Bow. We should. That's how we should do it. We shouldn't even have to get the instrumental.
Yeah.
It could be us.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Balls up around.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right, we're leaving. Bye. We're leaving. We're farewell. Au revoir.
Yo, people would really like that cover. people,
Hey, Dad, I'm gay. The
Hey,
ending
Dad, I'm
breakdown.
gay.